was so anxious and stressed.
Really? What helped?
Well, he joined the soccer team, and ever since, he's been a lot happier. He has more energy, he's less stressed, and he's definitely in a better mood at home. It's made a huge difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad he's getting out of the house, he's getting some exercise, and he's off his phone for once. It's been good for his mental health.
Sounds like it's been good for your mental health, too.
Participating in Nebraska high school sports improves students' physical and mental health. Encourage your son or daughter to get involved. This message presented by the NSAA and the Nebraska State Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As the world faces the challenges of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Lions recognize that kindness matters now more than ever. And Lions and Leos are finding ways to continue to serve our communities, including ordering food delivery for healthcare workers, holding story time for children online, and providing surgical masks to medical professionals and first responders. Empowering us to do more, Lions Clubs International Foundation has provided nearly $2.5 million in grant funding for COVID-19 relief. And that support continues to grow. For more than 100 years, in times of need, Lions always find a way to help those around them. And after we emerge from this, we will be stronger than ever. Visit lionsclubs.org to learn more.
This is Scott Schultz from Host Coffee. 2022 marks our 50th year and business has never been better. We are rapidly growing and adding new customers, which means we need new route drivers and service technicians. We have new jobs for those new to the industry with little or no experience, and new careers that require knowledge in the coffee and vending world. There's a good chance we have just what you need in a new job. Host Coffee offers competitive pay and understands the work-life balance. Apply today at hostcoffee.net.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Dan Thompson of Thompson & Thompson, third generation roofing, siding, gutters, and more, where they're celebrating 25 years of business.
Thank you, Omaha, and all the communities around for putting your trust in us for 25 years. Integrity is what our customers like about us, and they know they can trust us to protect their home and make it look great. Call Thompson & Thompson, third generation today, and become one of the thousands of customers who are glad they did. Or click thompson3rd.com.
Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. EquitableOnline.com.
Shop Woodhouse Place Hyundai and Nissan, 144th and Giles. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs.
A crossover is crossover dribble.
Sing for the crossover. Kyrie Irving, crossover in the lane.
One of the most famous crossovers of all time.
Behind the back, an ankle breaker on Chris Paul.
Crossover. Double crossover. Crossover continues to evolve.
I think I'm supposed to do the intro. Welcome to the crossover. I don't know what anybody else says, but that's what I'll say. How's that?
Yeah, I usually go time for the crossover.
Time for the crossover. That doesn't sound like my own.
Yeah, do you, man?
Welcome to the crossover.
That's cool.
I wish I could do me. That nobody ever says that to me because for fear of
what might happen next.
You may never know what you're gonna get. That's all.
That's fine.
Yeah, how are things?
They're great. They're great.
I thought of you yesterday because I had to miss the crossover. But while I was meeting with my Pratt pest control guy, his name is Jeff, if you'd like a personal reference.
Chris Pratt does your
Star-Lord
extermination.
Somebody in our locker room yesterday after practice called another kid Star-Lord, and in my head I was like,
like in a roast.
Yeah, and I catch a bunch of nerds.
I would have laughed.
Anyway, he said, it's funny too because he's very sarcastic and he's kind of hard to please because he's very matter of fact. And he goes, I like the midday guy. That Connor, he's pretty funny. He's easy to listen
That
to.
doesn't sound like a totally ringing endorsement.
He said he's pretty easy. He's he's entertaining. Yeah,
Okay.
I like him.
Okay.
For Jeff to say that,
Okay, that's good.
that's a lot.
He didn't. The way you're saying it, he didn't seem like he was sure about it, though.
Yeah. So just to get a glimpse into his personality. So after he left, because I've been trying to walk him through where these wasps were, and he's pretty good at his job, and so I think he feels like, he's got it. He's got to take care, and that's his delivery too.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say I saw one, and he'll say, "Well, how many dead ones did you see?" Or something like that. So I snapped a picture of a wasp that was kind of inside the window well. And I go, he's inside with a laughing emoji, and he go, wait, I gotta do it justice because it just fits his.
I like how personal your relationships are with the people who like help you, who you just meet and who help you. You're like texting all of them. You're like giving them updates.
Like his butcher, he's really close with.
So you guys don't know this about me?
I mean, we do now.
Totally my personality. Like, I if I'm all in, I'm all in. So when I say I've got a guy, like that's actually my guy.
Yeah.
There is no like.
Now, what happens if the guy is not good?
Then I don't use him anymore. I'm not kidding. I wanted to give my service one guy a huge seal of approval, like at his company. He was like one of the best maintenance people I've ever been around. He was funny. He didn't talk about Nebraska. He just
nice.
He joked about his job. He did me a solid fixing the shower. I think my toilet's ruined, but outside of that, he was great. Personality was fantastic. But anyway,
It's a good hang.
So I sent him a picture. Like, that's a picture of a wasp that is in my kitchen, but it looks like I'm outside.
Right.
Okay. There's the wasp right there. And I said, it's inside with the laughy faces. And he replied, grab a shoe. Like he just left my.
You can fix this yourself.
That's totally how he is.
I like that.
That's so. Yeah, but he's team Connor Happer.
Were you? So you?
And he
be like,
said,
"You're the professional. You're the professional here.
Should
You
I
come
say-
back with your shoe."
Yeah. So, and he goes, "Gosh, his producer Josh." I was like, "Oh yeah, he's funny, huh?" And he goes, "Yeah, he kind of is."
That seems like a more ringing endorsement.
No,
Thanks, Jeff.
but do you know what it is with Josh? I say it all the time.
It's the delivery.
It's the delivery.
It's the delivery.
It's all in the D.
Yeah.
It's just
Many are
it's
saying.
It's totally how he says it. Because if we said it, it probably wouldn't be that funny.
You had the line in the promo that's running right now, and one of it was just we were going around the table, and you were asking people. Oh, it was Gary's dumb poll question about like what would you rather like to?
Did you just call it dumb?
Yes,
it was. It was a dumb
and we went around the table, and
nobody let him finish the question.
We all like me and you berated him, and Gary was like, "Okay, at least we have Josh here. Josh, what do you think?" And he goes, "No."
No, thank you. I am not your ally here.
I at least got somebody on my side, right?
Like a flick. Like you're like this question is a bug, and I'm gonna flick it off me.
I think he would like a mulligan on that question.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Because no matter how he tried to frame it, it still boiled down to Rich.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to be incognito, I would. I would take
Oh,
my.
I've never heard that before.
I would take my money and I would disappear. And so I could still be obscure.
Oh, yeah.
And not in front of anybody.
That would be
right?
amazing.
I would be in Italy with Tupac.
Oh, yes.
I may go to Mykonos. He was talking about maybe going to hide out in Greece.
So many people are going to Greece now. I've seen a lot of Greece trips lately.
Yeah, I couldn't blend in, though. Although they are fairly brown-skinned, it's different hair. The texture and stuff would be the same.
I don't know how you would do in these countries with when they're known for all their pasta.
Ooh, good point.
I would figure out the next best protein. I could figure it out. Like if he wanted to give me like ossobuco or something like that. Or
I mean, there's plenty of good food, but
I wouldn't eat, and I don't need like. We don't have to do like potatoes and spaghetti. Like I could do just meat and fruit, as long as you have cheese. I have to go to a place that has good cheese.
Oh, there's a lot of good cheese in Europe.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. There's countries that are known for that, I think.
I detected no sarcasm. Well, you make Europe kind of generally speaking, like in Greece, I don't want just feta. I want some, like, can I still get cheddar? Or they thumb their nose up because
can you get cheddar cheese in Greece?
Yeah. Could I go to Mykonos and get cheddar?
I don't know. Like, do they have
Does Giannis
like, what's the
strike
setup
you
there?
as like a cheddar cheese guy?
What's the setup
He
there?
is in Wisconsin.
Because all the pictures that I
Yeah.
see of people who are going to Greece and Italy and stuff like that, like,
Want to see Tupac?
it doesn't look like it. Does you can't walk into a Hy-Vee and grab like some craft singles.
No, but you could go to like the markets.
Are they all?
Where they like
farmers
hang meat in
markets?
the net?
Yeah,
that's what I imagine.
that's how
looking like.
everyone has to buy all their food.
Yeah, out of a net
from a person.
Sure,
that's fantastic.
It is.
Yes.
How do you think they process it?
If all stores were,
Do they
if
wear
all
gloves?
stores were farmers markets, that'd be pretty wild.
I would probably need like at some point regular like smoked bacon.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's lots of other good hams and things like that, but I would want.
So after
like,
a couple months, he'd be like, "All right,
like, could I get breakfast sausage?"
I have to bring a couple refrigerators with you. You could do that if you have all the money.
Do you think they? Yeah. If I was rich, I could
Yeah. just hop on the plane, bring a couple deep freezes with you, and
I could
stock 'em.
have breakfast sausage shipped.
Sure.
Now this isn't this isn't breakfast sausage, but in Greece they do have lokaniko, which is a Greek sausage made with pork, lamb, and orange zest.
Yeah, the orange zest I may be out on, but the pork and the lamb, like I don't need.
gotta be significant,
I don't
too.
need sweet or zest with my
Yeah,
meat.
orange zest.
Yeah, people
You're
do
gonna
that.
taste that.
People do that a lot in cooking, and they like do the little quick glance with the grater, and they act like they're not doing anything. Oh, you won't even taste it. And I was like, oh, then why are you using it? You know what I mean?
It's a
All right,
garnish.
that's fair. That's fair.
Right?
Guess what? I had a normal.
I give up.
I had a normal breakfast this morning.
No soup?
No, it was real. Here are the things that I
We
had.
will judge if it was a normal breakfast.
Okay, all right.
What time was this?
This was at a little after 8.
So you're kind of standard.
Yeah, I wake up at 7. I get ready. I do some work. I sit down for a while.
You
listen to
eat
you guys.
after you get ready?
Yes.
Yeah, I could not.
Yeah, I just feel like such a.
For fear
I just feel like such a disaster when I wake up. The first thing I have to do is take a shower.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I won't judge. I just can't eat after I'm clean.
Pancakes. I had 4 pancakes. They
When
were
you-
small.
When you
Okay.
said so were they like frozen minis?
No, they were. It was the mix. Mixed them up.
You're a total non-bachelor bachelor.
Wait, I made pancakes. How's that?
So like Bisquick?
Yeah, Bisquick. Yeah. You gonna make them from scratch?
Come on.
What's
It takes
wrong
about
with pancakes?
it
What's
takes
wrong with that?
about the same amount of time. Well, that's not our pancakes. I know it's a breakfast meal, but like if people were just gonna get up and make breakfast for themselves, is pancakes on the list?
Not usually. I haven't had pancakes in years.
I feel like
actually.
it's more of a weekend thing, but yeah.
I feel like it's
It
for
was
more. I
amazing
feel
how
like
fast
it's
it
for
was.
more than one. That's my point.
Yo, yeah, you put it in. So it tells you, like, for one load of pancakes or whatever, it makes 14 pancakes. So I cut that in half, and there were still 7 pancakes, and I had 4.
Pancakes would be way. I don't even like pancakes, so it would be very, very, very far down the list.
That was my first pancake in years. years. And then I made 4 strips of bacon, didn't cut it up, just ate them.
Oh, you were an adult.
Uh-huh. And
good
I
job, good
air
job.
fried a couple tater tots.
Like just 2?
No, like, I don't know, probably 14.
Oh, that's good.
14 to 15.
What do you have the air fryer technique down?
Yeah,
Is it 9 minutes? 400?
It depends on how many tater tots are in there.
Okay, so
because it's like the double drawer one.
So what's 14 yield you?
Is like 6 minutes, 7
That's
minutes.
pretty good.
It's pretty short.
Did I tell you I have an air fryer that was a gift, by the way? But my mom did say she would get me a housewarming gift, so I may take her up on getting an air fryer and get rid of this one.
Yeah.
So this one was a gift from a colleague.
Mhm.
I coach with him, so I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. But it only does the temps in Celsius.
It's a Canadian air fryer. How'd that happen?
I don't know.
There's got to be a setting on there where you could change that.
Well, he didn't charge me, so therefore I didn't ask a lot of questions.
So you're cooking at like what?
5 9 times 132. I don't know. Like
You have to do the math every time?
You good at the conversions
It
yet?
has pictures, so I just kind of guesstimate.
So you're cooking at about what? 130 degrees?
Like I don't know. Like last night I had, or the day before last night I reheated some homemade fried chicken, which by the way was arguably I'll send you a picture. It looks store-bought. It was so good. Like
the breading?
Yeah.
Nice.
Homemade red beans and rice, so it was pretty spectacular. But I reheated the chicken it only took 4 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius because I didn't want to cook it, but there was a picture of chicken and it said 200 degrees Celsius. So I was like, oh, let me just kind of manipulate the time because I didn't want to cook it.
I got you.
I just wanted it to crisp up.
Warm up.
Yeah.
Well,
but
my air fryer has specific settings for like this
Yeah.
is your reheat. I don't know what it does differently.
Does that not look store-bought?
It does. Yeah, that's good stuff.
It looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Really crispy, flaky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
looks
was
good.
pretty unbelievable.
I'm doing wings I did wings on the grill and I bought too many, so I'm doing them again tonight.
I'm a whole wing guy.
So it was the whole wings and then I chopped them.
Did you cut off the tip?
Yep, cut off the tip and then split them into the.
Do you like
the
doing
flat
that?
and the? It's sort of difficult, and I had no experience doing it, so I didn't. Some of them were more difficult probably than they needed to be.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to they're real grocery stores, but sometimes grocery stores are on a budget and they do the wing pieces and they don't always look like they were cut.
No. Yeah.
The same.
Yes. Yes.
Like you're kind of in a hurry.
I've seen those.
But did you look at the
I'd
price?
rather
and
have 'em
you
take
look
the
at the
whole wing.
price and it's so good. And you're like, oh, so what? It looks like a rectangle.
Yep. There was a couple of mine that ended up, the drumstick ended up not really looking like a drumstick, but it's good.
How are you making those?
I grill them, and then I take them off for a minute, and
Put them in the air fryer to crisp them up.
put some sauce on them, and then put them back on the grill. So basically, like a
A
char
double,
buff, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Oscars, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds original.
Oh, my watch is talking to me.
I just want something crazy to be said when that happens to people.
Excuse me. What are you talking about?
Your search for such and such turned up. I was like, wait, what?
Search for
Sounded awful particular.
Could not find mail order bride.
So I found those shoes that I was looking for, and I don't know if you people use like StockX or Fight Club or something.
You people,
but I like people that order shoes.
Oh,
so I had to ask the young people, is this standard? Because I was a little alarmed. I have a routing tracking thing, and can you read? Don't read what the product is, but can you read the ETA? Arrival time. No ETA has been set.
It just says waiting for ETA. That's probably not good. You're supposed to.
Well,
you're supposed to
I
have an
asked
ETA.
around. I was like, "Hey, is this typical?" And
What kind of website is this?
Fight Club. It's legit.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
because some people buy like jerseys off of like fake websites. You know how many fake jerseys are walking around? How many fake baseball jerseys have you seen? I see a million of them every time I
So
go
what
to
do you do?
baseball.
Like stitch count, lettering?
It just, you can tell they just look wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know how to really explain it. They just look wrong. The shirts are kind of like short. The letters are sort of like big.
I don't wear jerseys, so that's not in my wheelhouse. But
it's the same type of deal. Like it's just a weird fake website that is selling cheap versions for very cheap, but not this, obviously.
So I told you the apple fritter story at Krispy Kreme?
The apple fritter story at Krispy
So I've been
Kreme.
waiting on these so my guy Boyce, my guy that sends me, he sends you stuff now
he
too,
sent me
right?
the bacon deals, yeah.
Okay, so Boyce sent me Krispy Kremes. He knows I'm an apple fritter guy. So I called around for a couple of days, and apparently they're very hard to get. Stumbled into them yesterday after my pest control guy left. I said, "Oh, you know what? Like,
we had a busy day yesterday."
Yeah, because I had to do these 2 other recordings, so it was kind of in the grocery stores right by my house. So anyway, long story longer. I called, and it was the same guy that I talked to on Sunday. Because Sunday,
at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, I was leaving Channel 7, and I was like, "Hey, Sunday at 5:00, what are the odds people are going to want an apple fritter?" He proceeds to tell me that there's kind of a staff shortage, and they're very labor intensive. He said they take up a lot of space, so we can't do a lot at a time. And I said, well, I called over to 70. He's like, no, don't call 72nd. We make theirs and send them over to him. So I called again today. No, I was by there. And so yesterday, and I just stopped in because there was nobody in line. And usually on 120th and Center, there's a huge line. So I said, hey, do you have any apple fritters in? He said, yes, we do. So I thought it was going to be the standard 4-pack. And I got a donut for Zoe. And he says, hey, I got up there and he's like, well, we only had 3 left. And so I gave you this and this free. He just looked out. And I go, oh, you sound like the guy that I talked to yesterday. And he goes, were you the guy that I explained the distribution thing to? And I go, yeah. As I watched 2 workers out there like vaping, right? Because he told me he had a staff shortage.
Right, of
That's
course.
neither here nor there. I mean, everybody needs a break, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I asked for 3 other donuts because I know what Zoe eats. Pink sprinkle, out. Cinnamon roll, out. So I got her the cinnamon with the apple in the middle. It's like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I was like, hey, Zoe, Daddy got you a donut, yada, yada, yada. I watched this little girl eat around the outside of the donut and left the middle. I was traumatized. I'm like, how backwards?
Yeah, I fully realized that
the son does that sometimes.
I was
help me.
Just
doesn't everybody want the middle?
You go in on a donut. My kid goes around the donut.
But he at least eats it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he might.
You know why she left it, and I have no idea where she'd get this from. She didn't want her hands messy. She said it was sticky, so she left it.
Yeah,
I was like,
who'd you pick that one up from?
Who's like, fine, just because she sees me eat random things with fork like pizza.
I'm gonna be such a hypocrite as a parent because like I definitely was that way as a kid. I don't know if I was too picky, but I was definitely that way. And I'm gonna be like, now I've seen the light. I'm like, you got to eat this, kid.
No, you're not gonna be like that.
You got to eat this.
You're not gonna be like that.
This is the best part. I want to teach you how to eat this.
You get a blessing. You're fortunate enough to have 1 kiddo. You may. You get 2. You get a little soft on crime. Like, it starts out as a good idea, great intentions. It's gonna go by the wayside.
Why? Just because they're not gonna have it.
I think it's just part of the process.
How do the kids decide what they want? What do they know? How do they even come up with this?
You know who you need to ask about this because they drive him crazy? Sauter.
Yeah.
Who is the cheapest grocery store buyer of food of anybody in the U.S.
Yeah, yesterday he said he was not eating a sandwich. He was instead eating something with mashed potatoes. I was amazed.
In the middle of the day?
Yeah, it was like 12:45.
Mashed potatoes in the middle of the day. I guess that's okay. Do people get KFC bowls and stuff?
He has a sandwich with black pepper turkey, rotellas.
Oh, he's the same.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The same thing.
I've seen him. So we've had events and been gone all day. I've seen him bring his lunch.
Yeah.
One time.
Yesterday apparently was not that day.
So he's kind of
mashed potatoes.
I think he's boycotting fast food, but he had to travel out west for a game. This was during basketball. And he was appalled because the same 2 things that he gets at Burger King were over $4 combined.
Yeah, that's solder. That's solder.
He sent me a picture last week. He'd paid for gas. He paid $26 for gas. I think it was 20,
like fuel saver.
I think it was $26.11 or
How'd
something
he pull
like that.
off? Like a full tank?
Dude, that's how he grocery shops.
So is he an extreme couponer? And I didn't even know this.
No question.
But like, have you seen that show? Those people are insane. Like Solder's not insane.
Yes,
but
he is.
He's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so for 13.2 gallons, he paid $30.
That's impossible. It's like half off.
Dude, I'm telling you. He's the same dude that visits like multiple grocery stores to get the points. He'll waste the gas of driving to 4 locations and will rack up the points.
That's like a $1.50 in fuel saver point. Fuel saver.
Dude, he's pretty good at what he does.
I just don't know how that's possible. It's not like he has, that many groceries to buy.
More or less impossible than Galladay being as bad as he is in New York than he was in Detroit.
Yeah.
Wait, give me a scale.
And now they're not going to have Shepard.
Had you ever seen anything like that?
No, he just walked. He just
wasn't even lightly. That was like, what was that?
That looked insane. I have no idea how that happened.
Was there a misstep?
It must have been, it was his knee, right?
I mean, I don't want to be a doctor, Josh.
Because he just pulled right up on it and was like, and was in immediate pain.
And he appeared to be like okay, like he wasn't even. I'm like,
it was like one of those things where
but
it happened.
He's
and
been hurt
knew
before, though.
He knew it right away. Like he knew it because he was giving high fives to everybody on the cart, whatever they were rolling him off.
Bad penalty on his offensive pass interference or not?
Okay, let me think. What happened?
He was running a route and happened to collision Diggs. He was running kind of like a little over route.
Oh yeah.
And made incidental contact, and they called PI.
Yeah, no, I was okay with it. There's
because of what defenses can't do.
Right.
It's a game changer, though.
It's a little much. It's a little overbearing.
Yeah. Josh, would you trade Danny Dimes for Tannehill?
Ooh.
No, I don't think I would.
Yeah. Sharpie asked me today, and I was like, no. Unless I had to keep Matt Canada.
Fair question, but
I don't want Matt Canada. Like, I'll take Trubisky with some. I'd take Trubisky with Bruce Arians, the crazy guy that coached in Kansas City, Todd Haley.
They don't even run.
By the way, who's awful mean on his satellite show. Todd Haley's not.
Yeah, he's got a potty mouth, right?
He doesn't like anybody.
I remember him being.
Makes Charlie Weiss look like a nice guy.
Fiery during his.
Charlie Weiss is like not happy with anybody's production in the NFL.
Perfect.
Yeah, just ask him. Just ask.
Hey, Charlie, what do you think of Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, no good. Yeah, not good. Yeah, that 39-yard run. I know you guys think that he showed a little speed burst and nice cuts, but yeah, not sustainable.
He's got to do more.
Oh, Barkley, he's got to do more. I mean, what had he done up to that point? He only had 31 yards, and he like equaled his rushing output with 1 yard. Yeah, or with 1 carry. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Charlie.
I would reserve judgment. On Saquon Barkley?
What about the 4 carries that Tony Pollard gets a game? Isn't he pretty explosive?
I mean, maybe. How do we know? We're not there Monday through Friday when he's out there practicing. Maybe that's the reps that his coach thinks that he deserves. I mean, who are we? We only get to see the good stuff. We don't know what happens on the day-to-day.
Jalen Hurts?
Well, I mean, let's just press pause on Jalen Hurts. I mean, he's got guys like Devontae Smith just making these great catches.
But look at who they've played.
I mean, look at their division. I mean, it's the Commanders, for God's sakes.
They beat the Lions. So we're giving them all the credit for beating the Lions.
Told you want to give me another one. I got it. I'm Weiss. I listen.
I was
to it
just looking at all the
time.
people I saw on TV. Everybody, Tua.
I mean, I don't know. Look at that wide receiving core. They spent all this money to put the talent around him. It better equate to playoff wins. It better equate to playoff wins. Because as a front office, you're not paying all that money to put all that skill around the guy that you weren't sure if you believed in to win your regular season games.
What do you think his take is on Tua's concussion protocol?
Well, I tell you, did the guy say he wanted to go back in the game or not? I mean, sometimes you just got to ask him, right? I mean, we got protocol, schmotocols. We got to do this and do that. When guys go through, they get their head hit, and it's like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden they're dinged. Is he seeing stars? Is this the cartoons or what? I just ask the guy, hey, are you good?
Yeah.
He'll give you a response.
That's my protocol.
As a coach, put the guy back in the game. That's what that is vintage Weiss and
It's
all.
pretty good.
Well, thank you. You should listen to him sometime. It's depressing. Hey, Lamar Jackson. Hey, he had 10 touchdowns. He's 4th in the league in rushing. He's 400 some odd yards a game. How did that guy not get his contract done? I mean, you just belabor the point all summer. You want people to read about you, and it's like
always a complaint.
Hire yourself an agent. How do you not have that deal done? I mean, your guy Harbaugh wants you don't. They built an offense around you. They built an entire offense around you, and you're arguing about $10 million in guaranteed money? Come on.
Charlie Weiss, when will Aaron Judge hit his 61st home run?
Can you believe that they cut into that game? I mean, it's the Yankees. I get it. It's the Yankees. They show his mom every 5 minutes and her disappointment if her son gets walked. But I mean, for Pete's sake, you got to know your market. It's the NFL. And you know who put a stop to that? In the New York market last night, Goodell said, no, don't cut in to any Aaron Judge at bat. I don't care if they're playing our neighbors that aren't really our neighbors, that don't protect the border. We're not cutting into Aaron Judge.
Have you ever thought about being like, you could be Skip Bayless if you wanted to?
No, I hate Skip Bayless.
Yeah, but you could do it.
No, I can't stand Skip Bayless. Although I do like his fitness. Skip Bayless.
He is shredded. He is 70 and shredded.
I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can afford to cheat and take some of that good. But Skip is a monster.
He was at Wheezy's birthday party last night.
What?
Hey,
he got invited to Lil Wayne's birthday
If
party?
I was Lil Wayne and he gave me that whack hug, the tweener handshake, dap up, warm embrace, Josh Allen to a head pat, I would not invite that dude anywhere.
Just laid his head on his shoulder.
Why would he do that?
Ah.
Why would he do that?
Are you going back to Charlie Weiss now?
Like-
No, this is you.
It's the Damon original.
Everybody's really tired. It was 150 degrees outside.
Why would he do
90
that? He's a
offensive plays.
grown-up competing,
No.
and you were just gouging guys' eyes out at the bottom of a pile. Now you want a hug?
Sometimes you got to lay your head on somebody's shoulder. Ah,
Hey, it's going to be okay.
That's nice.
I know you threw an 8-yard pass exactly 4 yards, and it was crunch time, and you wet the pad. But hey, it's going to be okay. Got to make that throw, Josh.
That was a message to himself. Yeah.
to his other self. How do you have 90-some snaps with 19 points? I mean, who are they?
It's
Who are they?
amazing.
Indiana or somebody?
Is amazing. 90 plus snaps in an
In
NFL
an
game.
NFL, yeah.
In an NFL
That's
game.
crazy. But they can't run the ball.
And they just don't. They don't because they have Josh Allen. They're like, yeah, but this guy's gonna make a play.
Who's your favorite in the AFC? You still taking Mahomes?
The AFC East?
The AFC.
Oh, the AFC.
Yeah.
I think so.
Don't you feel like you believe in them the most?
I think I have the most trust in them.
Yeah. Well, okay. Tomatoes.
Yes.
Who are you, Charlie Weiss?
I have the most trust in them.
Just picking it apart.
I think the Bills are still pretty close though.
Yeah. And so if the Chiefs played the Bills in 3 weeks, and
they don't play each other regular season this year, do they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
The Bills and the Chiefs.
If the
are you Google? It's the first time you've helped us out, Mr. Google Machine.
Yeah. Hey, Josh.
How you doing over
They
there?
both won a
what do you-
division.
How you doing?
What do you think,
Oh,
Josh?
no,
is
you
over
guys
there
were
doing?
right. You guys, no, there it is. 10-16
Oh,
They
that's in
play
a
each
couple,
other?
That's in a couple of weeks.
at Arrowhead.
Oh, long live the Chiefs.
325 game on CBS.
So how do you
take-
feel about being
yeah,
the
we'll take
odd
Kansas.
3:05 start time? Is that just the game that nobody wants to bet on? So you just rush it after the 12 o'clock?
Yeah, you guys can start. It doesn't matter if anyone's done playing or not yet. You guys can go. It's
I
fine.
thought they weren't doing that
Everybody's
anymore.
left red zone after the first 3 hours of sitting there.
That's
I
3
know you hate
consecutive
red zone.
crossovers
Yeah.
where you brought up the red zone.
Sorry.
Hey,
I love it.
how's your red zone?
It's
treatment?
great. Thank you for asking.
Big red zone guy.
I watched it on Sunday for 3 consecutive hours, and then I turned on the other game, and then I turned on the other game.
I had a
After
guy
that-
tell me yesterday how well a guy played and I said, "Oh yeah, what were the stats?" And they weren't very good. It was like, I don't know, 21 for 70 or something like that. But he had a couple touchdowns. So guess what that guy did? He's a fantasy guy.
Mhm.
Not
He
really.
had a great game.
Not really a sport. I'm like, it's not even good. Oh, that's right. Fantasy guy.
Yeah. 3.5 yards a carry. It's pretty good.
Helped me, Damon. I don't know what you're talking about.
He had a great game.
Which team would I have been more wrong about? Kyler Murray winning the MVP or the Saints winning their division?
Did you have that? Did you have Kyler?
Yes, I did.
You're a Kyler guy?
I wouldn't say that.
That's surprising.
He's got a video game on offense, even though he has a ding dong as a coach.
Yeah.
No. He's playing too many video games.
Yeah.
That's why.
Call of Duty.
I mean,
there is a new Call of Duty that comes out soon, by the way, so we have to prepare for that one.
Oh, right around the time that the Cardinals production usually dips.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What were they doing on Sunday? Does anybody know?
No. Nope.
Like, couldn't tell you, Damon.
No.
Like, what was that?
Nope.
Just trying to lose, huh? How many times are you going to throw the ball?
Well, you throw the ball a lot.
55, 56 times?
Oh.
It's good stuff.
Uh-huh.
So
and then sometimes Kyler's engaged and sometimes he's not.
Yeah, you want the great predictions? Dennis Allen, coach of the year. Saints win their division. Kyler Murray MVP.
Yeah, those are gonna not be right.
It's not
hey, it's a long season.
Yeah.
It's not just 58 passes from the Cardinals on Sunday.
The 4.2 per completion?
Well, no, it's the 0 touchdowns. It's the 4 field goals.
Who among us hasn't gone out in the backyard and played catch with their daughter? That's about right? You throw,
yeah,
throw the
4
ball
yards of completion.
Exactly. And you're
probably completing at about 56%.
That's me and Zoe in the backyard right there.
What was his completion percentage?
Probably about the same in the 50s.
Yeah.
She's going to get one out every 2.
He was 37 of 58.
Yeah, it's what, 56%?
Yeah, in the 50s, mid 50s.
It's not going to win you a ton of games.
Only ran it twice for 8 yards.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, from now on, we call that a catch in the backyard.
So what am I missing with his build? Did you not see him when he was here for the CWS?
Oh yeah.
And then you watch him in his.
I was right close to him. I took a picture of him. He was wearing his pajama pants.
Well, that's what kids do now. Like,
he's crazy. He's weird. I don't know. I don't know about that guy. So what's the question?
Who will I be more off about? Murray's MVP run or the Saints winning the division?
Murray.
I agree.
I don't know. He's going to get D-Hop back here pretty soon. He could get Kingsbury fired. That automatically increases my odds dramatically.
Tom could take 14 points at a time and regain that division.
That division is not stellar.
It's not good at all.
I still don't think the Bucs are that good.
Yeah, me neither.
Someone has to win that division, though.
I still think Jameis is hurt, too.
Well, he's got the 4 broken vertebrae.
Yeah, it was just pain.
It's 4?
I'd call that hurt, yeah.
Yeah, it was just pain everywhere.
Hey, why did I just want to make a W and put it in my mouth?
Yeah, just pain. It was pain everywhere.
Not
eating wins.
Eat a dub.
Eating dubs.
Eat a W.
All right.
He's the funniest guy, man. He's
Jameis?
hilarious. Yes, he's hilarious.
Yeah, do you ever?
And I always like him because he's a baseball guy.
You got past the whole Publix thing?
Yeah, that's fine. That was nothing.
Who among us doesn't want it to pilfer some crab legs?
Some crab legs.
It's about the danger.
I just think if I went into
it's about the thrill, the
Do you
rush.
think that was his excuse?
Hey, so not kidding you. God is my witness. At the same grocery store, I was talking to somebody that knew Zach Potter. So I was in there and I met this guy that knew Zach Potter and we were talking. 4 minutes later, a store clerk gets on the walkie-talkie. Say, hey, we got a shoplifter. I can't remember what aisle they said, aisle 12 or aisle 13 or whatever. So you don't want to be that guy that runs over because it's not very crowded. It's 12:45.
You're like, we got a live one.
It's 12:45 in the afternoon, right? So as I get ready to leave, these 2 officers are talking. I can't see her face, but she's got super dyed hair, and she's sitting in
just a kid,
a rascal, like a mobile cart.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, I hope maybe she just had it in the basket.
Yeah, let's get this figured out here.
Right? No, she was just resting because they had her there too long and she needed a place to sit down. I was like,
how old is this person?
She was, I'm going to guess, now, not that I was being nosy, but the police officer, I did know him. And he said, So we were talking, and he's like, he goes, "Are you still doing such and such and whatever?" So I was trying not to be nosy, but I was being nosy as the other officer.
So you know exactly how old this person was.
I didn't hear her age, but he did ask her about her history and was she on anything, and she said she occasionally did do meth, but she's never stolen before. I was like,
"Oh my God,
this might be a minute." But how about just chilling in
40s?
How do no, she way younger. She had to be in her 20s. Hey, are you ever not just tempted to grab one of those in grocery shop, or is that wrong?
Did we not just talk about this?
I believe we did. Yes.
Yes. And
On
Josh
air?
was like, no. Yes, on air. On air.
Yeah, I would like to, but you can't.
Me too, but you can't.
You can't carry a ton though.
Well, yeah.
The basket is little.
I'd be more worried about the social judgment aspect of it, but
Well, the stuff can be wrong with young people.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fake like I'm handicapped.
Well, what if something's actually wrong with you?
Poll question.
But nothing is wrong with me. I already know that nothing's wrong with me.
Have you ever taken the small shopping cart?
Like the kids one?
It's not really.
Oh, the tall one.
Yeah, and it doesn't have.
Yeah, those are kind of weird, but yes.
When I go to the store, I use that one.
Does it keep you from buying a lot, or you just like it because it's different?
It keeps me from buying a lot, and usually if I'm going to the store,
and I've gotten back to have to go get a basket, and they just roll their eyes at me.
Usually if I go to the store, I'm only getting like 3 things, so
figures.
I don't get that kind of responsibility of the big cart.
Hey, was this not the greatest sports crossover ever?
Yeah, a lot of sports.
Yeah,
a lot of sports.
NFC
a lot of sports
South
talk.
breakdown.
Yeah.
Oh man, my heart hurts. I'll try to go be productive.
Okay, Damon. See you later. I look forward to anything.
Wow,
that you're
nobody
getting
ever
into
says.
today.
I just said today, nobody ever calls me by my first name.
Yeah. Do you have a? You call me Connor, which is weird. Nobody calls me Connor.
C-Hab.
Okay, that's good.
That's usually what I go with.
I've heard you refer to me as Connor on your show when I'm not here.
I think so. I talked to BC about this. I think that's the right thing to do. Don't you?
Like you have permission to call me Happer or
Happer?
C-Hap or whatever.
Most
people just call
your
me
wife's
Hap.
in the educational world. Is she just happen to call people by their last name all the time?
No.
I totally
not
think
usually.
that's a teacher thing.
Not usually.
Hey, it's in Reynolds' room, or hey, it's in Fleming's room, or hey, hey Fleming. Like they don't. It seems to me like people in education don't use first names.
Yeah, no, I can see that, but I don't think she does that very much.
No, get her in classrooms more.
Well, trying the opposite. That's the crossover. We'll be back and start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone. Previously on the crossover.
Would you rather be rich and unknown or middle class and famous?
I mean, whatever the other option is.
Rich and unknown.
Rich and unknown.
No question.
Yeah.
That's not. That might be the worst question you've ever asked.
That's not even a thought. No. Josh, you'd like to be middle class and famous, right?
No.
Sharp and betting in the morning. The Connor Happer Show. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 6A to 6P. 1620. The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
After a cool start, a fantastic day ahead Tuesday. Expect mostly sunny skies with just a light northeast breeze. Highs around 76. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV News Watch 7.
Join Genesis Health Clubs for 36 cents for their 36th anniversary and get the rest of the year free.
Woodhouse Ford is your certified Ford dealer, serving drivers throughout Nebraska for 47 years. Our commitment to our customers continues well beyond the date of purchase. You will leave our lot feeling comfortable and confident in your new vehicle. Customers have been relying on Woodhouse Ford since 1975 for high-quality vehicles, knowledgeable staff, and exceptional service. Experience the Woodhouse Ford difference and shop at one of our 3 locations in-store or online at woodhouseford.com.
The Omaha Farmers Market is open every Saturday in the Old Market from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and every Sunday in Exarban Village from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. May 7th through October 16th, enjoy the bountiful season of locally grown and handmade goods. Get the city's best selection of fresh produce, herbs, meat, and more. To keep up with what's in season, visit omahafarmersmarket.org and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Presented by University of Nebraska Omaha Methodist Health System and KETV Channel 7.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
Food is late again.
You should have ordered through EasyCater. Professionally delivered right on time.
EasyCater, huh? Have a pen?
No, I don't have a pen. Does anyone have a pen?
Nah, I'll remember.
Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
It happens every day, and homeowners are victims every time, unless they call us. Hi, this is Garen Armstrong with Shamrock Roofing. Recently, a local homeowner with an aging roof had two well-known roofing companies out. Neither found hail damage for an insurance claim, but both happily submitted bids for a new roof. Then, the homeowner called Shamrock Roofing. We found significant hail damage and sat with the homeowner when he filed his claim. We were there again when the insurance adjuster came out. And when the insurance company tried to deny the claim, the homeowner appealed with his evidence from Shamrock. The insurance company then approved the full claim for a new roof. Shamrock Roofing helped the homeowner get his roof when the other roofing companies could not. That is exactly why we say call Shamrock Roofing first, especially if you're wondering about possible wind or hail damage. If you have it, we'll find it. One call does it all. Call Shamrock Roofing today. Or find us online at shamrockroofer.com.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Imagine it's a scorcher and your home's AC just quit. Sometimes it's beyond repair and needs to be replaced. At 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, our comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. Modern AC systems are more energy efficient, which is good news for your energy bill. Call 402-788-1234 or visit McCarthy's1hour.com.
Always on time, or you don't pay time. Always on time, or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment. Go to babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Tackle those little aches and pains before they become big ones with Athletico Physical Therapy. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com. Coaching search rolls on, and there is a football game this week. We'll talk a little bit about the football game, and it's a busy day over at Memorial Stadium today. It'll be so they'll have football availability with Mickey Joseph, which we'll bring to you at 11:30 right here on the show. They'll have volleyball, they'll have men's basketball, they'll have women's basketball,
Oh wow.
Yeah, they'll have all of it. So if there's anything that we need to pass along, we will do that.
Will there be lunch?
Oh, good question. I would assume that there will be lunch, or there is lunch. Maybe the lunch is back, but you'll have to ask Mickey about that since he canceled lunch.
Big topic on the boards last week.
Mickey took away their lunch.
Mickey took away lunch. Oh my gosh!
It's about time the media had some accountability.
Yeah, that'll show them
lunch.
The only thing the media cares about is free food. That kind of.
Yeah, it's a big part of it. I'm not gonna lie, it's a big part of it.
I do ask the question: will there be food?
Will there be food? We got to plan our days.
I don't make enough money to eat, so I would like you to provide that for me.
Or at least I'd just like to know, like if there is going to be food, I'm not going to eat before because I'll take whatever food you're going to give me.
Yeah.
If there's not going to be food, I got to scrape something together.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
some pancakes.
Make some pancakes, bacon, tater tots. Allan Bell will join the show here in just a few minutes. We'll talk some NFL with him. More NFL with Reaction Overreaction in the noon hour. As I mentioned, Mickey Joseph, his press conference coming up at 11:30. We'll spin the wheel, and we'll talk about some Husker football and coaches and Big Ten West and who's next. And that's the lineup powered by the referees at John Higgins Weather Guard today. You can always feel free to hit us up 402-951-1620 on the Les Hills Harley Davidson hotline. You can text that same number as well. Tweet at Connor Happer at Happer Show and email Connor at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank inbox. Greg and Lincoln wonders, is the fake news media, i.e. Josh, reporting no lunch again? Josh, you are doing some. So where are you getting this white end zone thing here? What's going on?
Okay, here's what happened. Schefter today tweeted out, hey, I'm a big NFL insider. I am reporting.
He tweeted that he was a big NFL insider?
No, I'm recapping who Adam Schefter is for the uninitiated. I understand I probably could have skipped that step, but you know what? I was gaining ahead of steam.
Adam Schefter says this morning, hey, I'm Adam Schefter, big NFL insider.
He tweeted out that the Bengals will wear their white helmets, white tops, white pants on Thursday Night Football. A thing that we already knew. So
we knew that they were going to wear their white jerseys.
Yes, they had the team had reported this already. And I one-upped him by reporting that the Bengals are painting their midfield logo and their end zones white because I saw it on Twitter yesterday. So I just wanted to beat Schefter to that story when he gets around to it.
But do we know this for sure? Is this confirmed?
Yes, I saw the pictures yesterday. They painted, there's a strip of orange between the end of the end zone and the goal line, so you can differentiate the two from each other.
That's helpful.
You might want that on Thursday night.
And so Josh is now reporting that there will be some field elements that will be white as well.
Yes, it's a full whiteout in Cincy Thursday night for the Dolphins. Must win for the Bengals? I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff that these breaking news guys get, but if you're not, some of the times when you're one of those breaking news guys, you're just going to basically tweet out a press release.
Yep.
And so that's not like breaking news coming from Adam Schefter. This was released by the team. This is not me, Adam Schefter, saying, guess what? Breaking. The Broncos are the Bengals will be wearing their white jerseys. No, everybody already told us that.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it the RT or whatever you got to do.
Maybe that's the way it
damn
should be.
Media.
Yeah. You don't get into basketball coaches being suspended for a year and nobody knows quite why yet with a press release.
Yeah.
What's going on in Boston?
That's where we could use some more details, maybe. Speaking of basketball coaches being suspended, Penny Hardaway not suspended.
Yeah, Memphis got theirs today.
Why are all NCAA penalties not enough?
They kind of know. This is antiquated.
I'm not saying that to say everything should, there should be stiffer penalties, But every time one of these happens and somebody catches wind of it, it's like, oh, the sanctions are coming down on LSU today. The sanctions are coming down on Memphis today. The sanctions are coming down on whoever today. And they're like, we're building this thing up. It's like, I don't know, this could be pretty big. And the penalty is almost always, well, you get 3 years probation and a fine and a percent of your budget, and also you lose a scholarship. Great. What does that mean? It doesn't do anything for us watching the sport of basketball. It doesn't change anything.
Always that one guy who's just
These are
sniffing.
significant penalties.
Yep. I'm hearing from my sources that the punishment will be severe.
The Tigers were placed on 3 years probation through September 26, 2025. This is Memphis, and fined $5,000 plus 0.25% of their men's basketball budget.
Whoa.
They were fined. They lost 0.25%, unless I'm reading this wrong, of their men's basketball budget. 0.25%.
3 years probation.
That's a rounding error.
Yeah. $5,000 fine.
After the IARP concluded Memphis committed 4 level 2 violations and 5 level 3 violations, Memphis cannot appeal.
You think Penny Hardaway just opens the blazer, pulls out the checkbook, and goes, hey, this one's on me, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I got this.
Sorry, new coach. I'm just learning.
The Tigers were facing 4 level 1 and 2 level 2 rules violations after an 18-month investigation of the program. The NCAA enforcement staff had alleged that Hardaway failed to demonstrate that he promoted an atmosphere of compliance within the program and failed to monitor his staff, and accused the university of lack of institutional control. Obviously, none of those things showed up in these sanctions. Great. Good job, NCAA, as always. Like I said, I'm not like sitting here like penalize them more, but it's just funny when, the word comes down. It's like sanctions. Oh my God, this is going to be some ground shaking stuff. I mean, remember the whole stuff that happened around the tournament a couple years ago? I mean, I guess it was probably 5 years ago now. Oh man, I don't know. Kansas basketball might die. Nothing has ever come to roost on any of that.
James Wiseman is already 47 years old.
Right. His career in the NBA is over. And Penny Hardaway is just now being fined $5,000. All right. That is the show today. As of course,
we're done. Okay.
Yep, that's it. We're done. That is the beginning of the show, and that's the setup of the show. Allan Bell of Sportsline will join us next. We'll talk some NFL and betting with him, and we'll do that here on 1620 The Zone. But first, this week's Zone Deal is for Madness Haunted House Passes. Haunted House Season. Madness Haunted House is a collection of haunt enthusiasts who were tired of the same show over and over every single year. They change almost everything every year. So the place you went last year, not the same as it is this time. So go again, and you can get 2 passes for the price of 1 on sale this Friday, 9 o'clock, and they go fast at 1620thezone.com.
Omaha's most listened to all sports radio station. Again and again and again. 1620 The Zone.
There are actually 2 kinds of cigars. The first is the one you smoke with beloved family and friends. The second, the one you enjoy with friends you've just met. And you'll find both at Hearth Cigars and Pipes Lounge. At Hearth Cigars and Pipes Lounge, there's a well-stocked humidor with some of the best bands from around the world and a bar with your favorite cocktails and other drinkables. So what do you say? Which cigar will you be enjoying tonight? Hearth Cigars and Pipes Lounge, just off I-680 and 48th Street next to Cubby's.
One of the things to love about FanDuel Sportsbook is its partnership with the NFL. Always finding new players, new game props to get you covered. There's a lot to choose from. And you know what else is cool about the FanDuel Sportsbook app? You can combine these props with bets and make sure that you can get an even bigger payout. Perfect for tonight's game. Maybe it's quarterback rushing yards. Maybe it's running back scoring anytime. Maybe it's opposing quarterbacks to throw an INT. FanDuel Sportsbook app, they've got you covered.
Yeah, I got so many different options for you that you can be a winner. You can put everything together. You can find it all either pre-built or choose your own You know what? However you want to play, we play the right way. We do it with FanDuel, so do it today. It's easy to download. Just sign up with promo code ZONE if you don't already have an account. If you already have FanDuel, you're all set. Just sign in and see what you've got. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 over, present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable. Free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
J-Tech Construction, the official exterior experts of the Huskers, offers exterior solutions that help you protect your number one investment. Whether it's roofing and siding or windows and doors, they're committed to excellence, quality, and outstanding customer service in every step of the process. When it's time to protect the exterior of your home, your choice is simple. Turn to who the Huskers turn to, J-Tech Construction. Check them out online and schedule a free estimate today. J-Tech Construction, the official exterior experts of the Huskers.
Cubby's supports the PACE program with Raise Some Dough. For every large pizza sold at Cubby's in the Old Market, Cubby's gives $1 to the Police Athletic League, serving at-risk and disadvantaged inner-city children with athletic and educational programs. PACE has over 5,800 program participants. The league reaches kids that would not normally be able to participate in athletics like soccer and baseball due to financial situations and family dynamics. PACE wants to give every kid the opportunity at athletics and a healthy and safe environment. If you'd like to support PACE too, go to paceomaha.org.
Dallas Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard has something fun for all ages. New this year is Stefan's Country Drive. Antique cars where the kids are in the driver's seat. Plus, there's a new carousel. Dallas Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is also opening a whole new part of the farm, the cider mill, with more than 50 other attractions included with admission. Dallas Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is the place to be this fall. Dallas Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard, Gretna, Nebraska. Now open through October 31st.
If you love food, love fun, love fall, you'll love Dallas Pumpkin Patch best of all.
This is Darcy with Dingman's Collision Center. We have run our business for years by helping the vehicle owner retain the value of their vehicle by working for them with warranted, safe, high-standard repairs. For this reason, Omaha vehicle owners have chosen Dingman's to repair their vehicles. Your loyalty has been shown through repeat business and amazing referrals. You've also voted us first place Best of Omaha for the past 17 years. We want to say thank you for choosing the Dingman family and our incredible technicians to repair your vehicles. At Dingman's, we'd rather be the best than apologize for anything less.
Husker coverage on 1620 The Zone is presented by Tickets for Less. Tickets for Less is your local source for Nebraska football tickets. Compare and save today at ticketsforless.com. All the Nebraska football news, stories, experts, and coverage you need is on 1620 The Zone. Shop Woodhouse Place Hyundai and Nissan, 144th and Giles. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Allan Bell. Sportsline. On the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, just in here, Florida's game against Eastern Washington rescheduled for Sunday instead of Saturday due to the impending hurricane.
No, move it to Washington. Play it on the red turf. Let's go.
Ooh, that would be interesting. And there's some other, games this weekend that people are going to be watching because of that as well. It's hurricane season in Florida. We're joined now by Allan Bell of Sportsline. Allan, hello. How are you?
Hello, sir. How we doing?
Good. Okay, so we were just talking about this during the break. I won my my fantasy game last night, all because CeeDee Lamb caught that ball in the back corner of the end zone. Felt really great. I have noticed this year, and I don't know, maybe this is just sort of anecdotal. I don't know if it's been proven out, but there seems to be this thing where the guy gets the long play and he gets him down to the 1 yard line, and then they reward him on the next play instead of where in fantasy, sometimes you get vultured and another guy will end up scoring that touchdown that maybe the first guy who got him all the way down there should have had. Have you noticed that happening this year? Because I've seen it happening like 3 or 4 times. There just seems to be like an awareness of, I don't know if it's because of fantasy football, but or maybe getting the guys that the touchdowns that they deserve. I feel like I've noticed that already in 3 weeks this year.
Yeah, so, all right, that's a great observation, and you're right. I've noticed the same thing. Now, I like to think that in the locker room, they are discussing, right? They're like, look, we got to do this fantasy, boys, all right? But no, for real, that'd be awesome. Like, come on now, we got to get which team up. All right, no. Yeah, like I always noticed that, and I think that, I mean, it'll even out, but I do think that there's something to be said for, not necessarily like the guy got us down here, let's reward him, but I think it's going to a hot hand, right? Like I think that it's somebody. It's like, okay, well, you know what? CeeDee Lamb catches this, gets us down here. They're probably not thinking we're going to go right back at him again.
Right.
Right. And I think that has something to do with it, especially, for offensive coordinators that are looking for anything that they can get at the smallest advantage of. They're going to use it. So, yeah, it's a good point. Good observation by you.
Were you exhausted just watching the Bills and Dolphins on Sunday?
Yeah, I was exhausted. My brain hurt for Tua. I didn't know what was going on with that situation.
Oof.
And the crazy thing, what stinks is, both teams had significant injuries, going into it. The Bills especially. I mean, they had a ton of players out. And, I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying, I can't wait to see this game later on in the year when both teams are, at full capacity.
And it's not 150 degrees.
Yeah, exactly, right? He came out to say, he goes, this is the most tired I've ever been in a football game ever. That's saying something. He's kind of played in a lot of them. But, for theatric purposes, it's good that Miami won the first one, right? Because everybody's kind of penciled in Buffalo as, the team this year. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? You got to go through your division, and your biggest foe there, has got, the first one out of two. So, yeah, it's going to set up for a nice one down the road.
What do we do with the Colts-Chiefs result that we got on Sunday?
You just throw it away.
Okay.
You just get rid of it. Yeah, it's nothing. There's just nothing there, right? You play a Colts team who, back against the wall, absolutely have to win, and the Chiefs, not saying that, they take any game off. I'm not saying anything like that. But, yeah, if I were a Chiefs fan, that, you just move on. It's a loss. It's one of the weird losses that you're going to have in the year, and you just take it. You move on. Don't take anything from it. Don't change who you are. Just approach the next week as if it didn't happen.
The other really weird result was the Jags beating the Chargers 38-10. Is it a little are we looking at that one a little bit closer because of sort of what both of those teams have showed so far this year?
Yeah. Well, okay. So we can look at it a couple ways. All right. So first off, obviously, Justin Herbert not healthy going into that.
For
game,
sure.
Okay. Yeah. We'll let other shows discuss should he play, should he not. I don't care about that. But what I do care is that if the Chargers don't have Justin Herbert at 100%, they are terrible. And they've got good pieces. Their defense, has players. They have studs. But Justin Herbert is, the milk
gotta
for
be
those
there.
cookies.
Yep.
Dude. If they don't have him, they're in trouble. And then number two, the Jaguars. I don't care who you are. You could be facing a team that doesn't have a starting quarterback. It still doesn't mean that, one, you're going to win, and two, you're going to blow them out. I mean, we talked about it. Doug Peterson was the perfect coach down there. Got the locker room, everybody feeling happy again, and the coach isn't kicking anybody, and you've got a guy who understands the quarterback position, right? So, yeah, man, kudos to this dude. Jacksonville made a great hire there.
Yeah, Allan Bell is with us from Sportsline. Okay, so speaking of games that maybe we all didn't enjoy, the Bills-Dolphins one was actually ended up being fun, but it was just tough down the stretch watching all those guys basically dying because it was so hot. The other game that none of us enjoyed was the Sunday night game between the Broncos and the 49ers. So I'll just go ahead and let you fly on that one. What'd you think?
Yeah, so first off, anybody out there that's betting on sports, understand, and we said this after week one, the Broncos are going to kill all overs, all prop overs, everything.
Yeah.
I made a joke on Twitter, but it's not a joke. This team's nickname is 9 minutes of Jack Beat. They're going to take 9 minutes off the clock and do nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing with it. They'll punt, and they'll put the other team down at their own 5. This team has problems, and I'll say this. Russell Wilson does not look like normal Russell Wilson, but I'll tell you the biggest problem with this team. The defense is legit. They can play pretty good defense. Their offense is so slow. I do not understand why Nathaniel Hackett is so dead set on taking every single second on the play clock, every play. I don't get it. Your whole offense is built on speed. you've got a pretty good offensive line, all things considered, right? But what's the worst thing that you could do when your quarterback is getting hammered, all right? It takes 30 seconds every play to let the other defensive line catch its breath, get ready, and almost like a track meet to come after you. Like, go with some tempo, man. And then on the other side, the 49ers. Dude, this is not looking good, right?
Yeah.
Like, Jimmy Garoppolo, what is going on? Like, I mean, they can't run. Like, these two teams look the same. They can't run an offense that's more than 5 or 6 yards. And then you look at injuries, you know, Trent Williams for the 49ers, I mean, that's massive. So I don't know who these two teams are. Like, I really don't. The more surprising one is San Francisco, because I thought that they would be better. Denver, they're kind of where I thought that they would be. I didn't buy into all this stuff, but they have got to find some tempo on offense, because Russell Wilson is built for chaos. He's not built for, like, slow, methodical. Like, you've got to give him chaos at some, because that's where he thrives at.
Alan, we have some good games this weekend. We have Chiefs Bucks. We have Rams Niners on Monday night. Coming up next week, we have Packers Patriots. There was another good one Bills Ravens. Here's maybe my favorite game of the here's my maybe Titans Colts. Here's maybe my favorite game of the week. Yeah. Jags Eagles. Jags Eagles is a fun game. Eagles -6.5 right now. I'm sort of waiting to see if the Jaguars are real. The Eagles seem definitely real. I'm like this one actually really excites me.
Yeah, me too. And like, I mean, look, you've got Doug Peterson going back, right? He's got a statue outside of the stadium, so he's kind of an important human being there. 2, he understands the team. Like, a lot of the players were there when he was there. It's not like he's been gone all that long, right? I know it's a different team, but yeah, man, like, I'm fascinated to see it too. And, you know, the interesting part is Philly uses the run to really open up the pass. I mean, it's a beautiful offense right now. Like, it is clicking. It is very balanced.
Hey, who would have thought having
rushing team in the NFL?
Who would have thought having AJ Brown is a pretty good deal?
Yeah, I know. Like, who would have thought that looked like the Eagles looked like what the Titans did, like down that stretch last year, when it was like, oh, hey, the Titans, I don't know if they're that good, beat the Chiefs, the Bills, and like the Bucks in like a 3-game span because of AJ Brown, literally. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm still fuming about that one. But yeah, man, like, that's what he does, dude. He opens up the field, he spaces it out. So you got to make big decisions. It's the same reason why the Chiefs work so well, because you can't guard 100 yards. Like, there's too much green. But anyway, yeah, man, like, I'm fired up to see that one. And what happens if the Jags get up?
Yeah.
Right? Because Philly's kind of been feasting on, like, early leads, and they put you in bad positions defensively, and you start having to make business decisions. Like, what happens if Jacksonville is just feeling itself? You know what I mean? Like, I'm fascinated to see it too, man. But the most fun about this Jacksonville team is, like, that they're having fun, but 2, they all understand, like, what time it is. So, like, they don't care. Like, they're aggressive because they're like, oh, well, we're supposed to lose. Like, go for it on 4th down. Let's go. Let's see what happens. And, like, usually, like, that's the most dangerous team to play. Like, look at Florida against Tennessee in college this weekend, right? Like, they just kept going for it on 4th down. I'm like, my God, they're just not going to stop doing it, and it's working.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I'm fascinated.
But we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. Like, what happened? Like, we're supposed to lose. Like, that's the most dangerous team. Like, you don't want to go up against the guy who's like, hey, you got to go get in a fight with Rick. Well, how does Rick feel? Well, Rick doesn't care about dying. Great. You know? Like,
Rick is literally willing to die for this.
Yeah, you're like, dude, it's just lunch, man. You can have it, bro. Like,
that's pretty good. That's the Jacksonville Jaguars are Rick.
Yeah. Print the t-shirt. Yeah.
I like it. All right, Alan. Appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week.
I appreciate it, boys. Y'all be good, man. Take care, buddy.
Allan Bell of Sportsline. That's good. Is Rick willing to die for this? Poll question.
At Happer Show, it is up there, yes or no. As John Cook has wrapped his weekly presser, which means
I think it's Amy Williams' time now.
Now the schedule, no, Williams went at 10:45. So the schedule I have is Mickey is next.
Mickey time.
That still might be 15 minutes away, but we don't know.
Well, last week he was a couple minutes early.
You want your coach to be early, don't you? It makes you feel good.
Now listen here, men. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
Little Tom Coughlin.
You hear that? That's a good. I mean, I'm making fun of it, but it's actually a good life lesson.
It is.
Be on time. Be early. All right, good stuff from Allan there. We'll come back. Mickey will talk here in just a few minutes. Mickey Joseph, Nebraska interim head coach, Mickey Joseph. He will speak in just a couple minutes. We'll talk more NFL in the noon hour with NFL Reaction, Overreaction. We'll still spin the wheel today. I'll ask for a explanation from Josh on what NASA did yesterday.
Oh, I've got it, Connor. I'm ready.
Because I watched that video and I was like, what happened?
Oh, I can tell you.
All right, great.
I can tell you.
We'll have that during the show as well. Run through some scenarios for this week. And I have a couple hypothetical questions for you. Josh Peterson did a thought exercise yesterday on Twitter. It didn't go well for his mentions. He said, hey, what if Nebraska hired PJ Fleck? And people freaked out.
And rightfully so. That man's a monster.
No, Josh, what has he ever done?
Annoyed the hell out of me.
It doesn't matter. He's a good coach.
It's the Urban Meyer principle. I want to win with pride, damn it.
You can be prideful with PJ. There's no better promoter of your program than PJ Fleck.
What am I going to get? A row the boat t-shirt?
He will win Salesman of the Year wherever he's at.
And then resign in disgrace.
He's a great employee.
Just ask him.
Just ask him. He's elite. So I have a similar thought exercise that I will not be tweeting out. We will just save it for the confines of the show, and you guys can feel free to comment on it yourselves. We'll come back with more next on 1620 The Zone.
I'm a fabulous driver.
The Connor Happer Show
I'm one of the best friends you could ever have in your life.
on 1620 The Zone.
I hate you.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
You know, if COVID taught us anything, it's that local matters. Local shops, local restaurants, even locally brewed beers. October is Drink Local Month. So the Nebraska Craft Brewers Guild is challenging beer, seltzer, and cider drinkers like you to put your palate through its paces and drink local brews. Because seriously, Nebraska is really on the cutting edge when it comes to brewers who think outside the box. And besides, you really want to be drinking what they drink over in Iowa? Didn't think so. Click drinklocalnebraska.com.
Follow your imagination to the Bellevue Berry and Pumpkin Ranch. Bring the whole gang and explore for treasure on the pirate shipwreck. See how the West was fun. Pretend you're a superhero as you jump on giant bounce pads. Maybe reserve your own campfire rental where you can roast marshmallows and tell stories. It's all up to you. And of course, go on a hayride and grab your own pumpkin. Priced by the size, not the pound. Follow your imagination at the Bellevue Berry and Pumpkin Ranch. 48th between Cornhusker and Highway 370. More info at BellevueBerryFarm.com.
It happens every day, and homeowners are victims every time, unless they call us. Hi, this is Garen Armstrong with Shamrock Roofing. Recently, a local homeowner with an aging roof had two well-known roofing companies out. Neither found hail damage for an insurance claim, but both happily submitted bids for a new roof. Then the homeowner called Shamrock Roofing. We found significant hail damage and sat with the homeowner when he filed his claim. We were there again when the insurance adjuster came out. And when the insurance company tried to deny the claim, the homeowner appealed with his evidence from Shamrock. The insurance company then approved the full claim for a new roof. Shamrock Roofing helped the homeowner get his roof when the other roofing companies could not. That is exactly why we say call Shamrock Roofing first, especially if you're wondering about possible wind or hail damage. If you have it, we'll find it. One call does it all. Call Shamrock Roofing today. Or find us online at shamrockroofer.com.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Get ready for kickoff, Omaha. Rally House has the game day gear you're looking for, including Chiefs sideline gear and the latest college styles.
Nebraska Cornhuskers, Creighton Blue Jays, Hawkeye, Cyclones, Chiefs, and Royals. Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's a Rally House.
Gear up in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
1180 The Zone is your home for Omaha Storm Chasers baseball. The Storm Chasers are in action at Werner Park and beyond with an exciting team filled with future Major League stars. Join Jake Eisenberg for every pitch, every hit, and every out. Tune in and stir up the Storm all season long on 1180 The Zone.
The Storm Chasers are on the road versus the St. Paul Saints. The pregame is set for 6:47 with first pitch at 7:07 on 1180 The Zone.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Brookside Medical Clinic. Is erectile dysfunction damaging your relationship? Are you sick of the pill and all the side effects? Well, welcome to the future. We have a major medical breakthrough. Brookside Medical Clinic uses the most advanced form of wave therapy. Backed by 60 clinical studies, our technology uses pressure waves to repair and open up blood vessels. We've helped countless men get rid of their ED. But what is the true end result? Their relationship, even their lives, improve drastically. If you're ready to regain your love life, call us right now, and not only will the assessment and ultrasound be free, we'll also give you a gift that produces immediate results in the bedroom. It almost never fails. This is worth $550, and it's free to callers right now. 402-671-7777. That's 402-671-7777. Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and experience what I call the happiness ripple effect. Call Brookside Medical Clinic now. 402-671-7777.
Employee onboarding?
Automated.
Customer support?
Automated.
What if you could automate all your company's routine operation tasks and do it easily?
Lead management?
Automated.
With Zapier, you can. Zapier is the leader in no-code automation. Connect over 5,000 apps, automate almost any workflow, and streamline your team's performance without hiring a developer and with no coding required. That's right. Zapier's templates make it simple for you to automate anything in minutes, no matter your level of expertise. Zapier eliminates routine tasks and frees your employees to focus on the bigger picture. And with Zapier's advanced security features and annual SOC 2 audits, your data is safe and secure. See why thousands of companies, including Slack, Salesforce, and HubSpot, trust Zapier to automate their businesses.
Even complex tasks?
Automated with Zapier.
Try Zapier for free today at zapier.com/radio. That's zapier.com/radio. Zapier.com/radio.
That'll be Mickey time soon. Here in just a couple minutes.
Oh.
Woohoo.
Oh.
What's that?
That's my Mickey Mouse, Connor.
Oh, Mickey time. Okay, that's cool. Different Mickey, but yeah, with it. He'll have his Tuesday press conference here momentarily as Nebraska prepares for Indiana this week. People forget that it's October 1st weekend. In an alternate reality, we're talking nonstop about buyout money and what Scott Frost needs to do to keep his job.
All right, do we got to fire him at midnight, guys, or do we let him coach the game? What do we do? What do we do? Need ideas.
Okay, so in this, let's just quickly play out this alternate reality. In the alternate reality, Nebraska did not kick an onside kick against Northwestern.
Okay.
They won. And then they beat North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say they still lost to Georgia Southern.
Okay.
And they still get drilled by Oklahoma.
How'd the North Dakota game look? Did it look the same?
Let's say it looked the same.
Okay.
Everything's the same except for they didn't kick the onside kick.
Okay.
They're 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to play Indiana. Scott Frost is still the head coach. How's this week?
I
think this week is like...
This week is horrible for us.
This week is like, he needs to win to keep his job.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he loses, he's pretty much fired on the spot.
I think the general take is you are coaching for your job each of the next 4 weeks.
That would have sucked.
That would.
Yeah, well, good job by Scott Frost kicking that onside kick and just getting fired early. Man, that really would have been terrible. I hate the alternate reality, actually.
That is the darkest timeline.
Yeah, that's actually worse than what we just went through.
Yeah.
That's actually worse than what we just had.
The way we did it, it was quick. It was painless for everyone not named Scott Frost.
And it still gave you the answers. Like, it still gave you the answers that you needed. Now you got the answers quicker in the attempt that actually happened. Can't believe they kicked that onside kick. Can you believe? I still can't believe it. It's been a month. It's been a month to the day. Right? It was the 27th they opened the season.
That's correct.
It's been 1 month since the onside kick, and I still can't believe they did it.
Feels like 3 months ago.
Pull question. It's been 1 month since Nebraska kicked an onside kick at Northwestern. Can you believe they did that?
R.I.P. our mentions.
I can't get over it. And people were like, people did the thing that they always do, like right after. It's like, well, come on, they got problems. It wasn't just that one thing. I'm like, oh, I'm aware they have problems. It was that one thing, though. That was an insane decision. He is an insane person.
That alone did not cost them the game. However, it was the momentum swinging play.
No, it cost them the game, Josh.
That Northwestern said, oh, we can do this.
If they don't kick the onside kick, they win. It's as simple as that.
Pat rallied the troops and said, look, when we get back to stateside, we might not win another game. We got to do it now.
Yeah, what's the alternate timeline look like for Northwestern? Yeah. A little darker, right?
Yeah, maybe Pat is unemployed.
Pat's over on any continent.
Global over.
At least Nebraska has a win on American soil.
Yeah. Merca.
Yeah, it doesn't look great for Pat if they don't have that win against Nebraska. It still doesn't look great for Pat, by the way. And we could do the which is the darker timeline too. But the poll question's good enough. Poll question up at Happer Show. It's been 1 month since the onside kick. Can you believe they did that?
It is sitting at 100-0 right now. Very early returns. Not all precincts reporting, but it is 100-0.
I can't believe they did that. I cannot believe they did that. Text line says, "Stop beating a dead horse."
Which one?
I can't. No, I'm not. This is the first time we've brought it up in months. It's not even. It's an alive horse again. The horse is back.
I got a story about a horse later on in the odd news.
There you go.
A local horse.
The horse hasn't been beaten in weeks. It's time to beat it again.
So Mickey Joseph.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. How convenient. He's at the podium.
Hey, Mickey, how you doing today? Go ahead.
Indiana on offense presents a lot of problems. They had 104 snaps versus Cincy last week. They snapped it faster than third fastest team in the country snapping the ball. So it's going to present a problem for our defense. But at the end of the day, it's homecoming. It's a night game. And we're excited to get back in front of our fans in Memorial Stadium.
How do you counter that pace that Indiana's going to come at you with on your, especially with the defense, knowing some of the issues you guys have had this year?
Well, my thing is get the calls in. Bill's got to get the calls in, and we got to execute the call.
Mickey, what kind of stuff generally have you done to enhance, to prod along that reset that you talked about?
Well, we gave them off. We gave them off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, brought them back Sunday. So give them time to let their body heal, let them get away from football, let them get with their families. So that's the things we did this past weekend.
Kevin Williams wasn't on the two deep. Is there an update on him? And just sort of how do you feel about your O-line setup right now and maybe Piper having a bigger role?
Yeah, Piper will start at up left guard. Kevin will be out. He had surgery at high ankle sprain, so he had surgery. So he'll be out maybe 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 more weeks. But, at the end of the day, the ball's going to kick off Saturday, so we got to get our best 5 on the field. But Piper will start at left guard.
Mickey, what was the competition like during practice last week? I know you parked on Nebraska versus Nebraska. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. It was really good competition. We got after each other. And today we was getting ready for Indiana, and I was happy with their effort today because we talked about effort between you and you, and they gave us that today and last week.
Mickey, there was times in the past where some of the defenders said that the calls were getting in at a good pace. pace. How do you change that, especially with the changeover on the defensive leadership side?
But sometimes with tempo teams, you're going to get a call in. So the next call, they got to get their eyes over to the sideline right away and get the call. And it's got to be one word's got to tell you everything: the front, the coverage, the blitz. So we do a lot of one-word things. But the linebackers have to really get the calls from the sideline, and the safeties have to get the signals so we can get going.
It's a night game, Memorial Stadium. I know you played here, but first night game as a head coach, does it feel a little different knowing what the night games are kind of like here in Lincoln?
No, it doesn't feel different, because at the end of the day, football is a football game. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but night, morning, we have to play football, and everything's special. It's always special to me when I can walk into Memorial Stadium. It's always special, night, morning, afternoon. But this is homecoming. It's a night game. Like I said, we're going to be excited to be back in front of the fans.
What do you think Bill Bush can do in a short amount of time, 2 weeks, to maybe change the defense or transform it a little bit?
Well, we eliminated some things that we did in the past, but Bill's not out there by himself. He's the D-line coach, the linebacker coach, and the secondary coach. They're all working together, and they're working together well. I told those guys yesterday how I appreciate them jumping on board. So they've been meshing, and sometimes it's hard to do that, but they've been meshing. But Bill's sharp. Bill's a really good football coach. He understands what I want. I got to see him in action at LSU, with Dave Aranda. So he knows what I want. He knows what he's doing.
What about that experience at LSU made you believe in Bill for this role?
But like I said, I competed against him every day. I went against him every day. He was thorough about what he was doing, and we shared notes all the time. And he was detailing what he was doing. And he coached some really good football players, but he also coached some kids that was average that look good, because of he's a great teacher. And that's what you got to be a good football coach. You got to be a great teacher.
What makes a good teacher?
Detailing things, knowing how the kid learns. It goes back to, teaching. That's why, teachers are special people in this world, because they have to look at a kid and say, okay, this kid learns this way, this kid learns this way. And Bill's doing that. Bill's breaking it down. And so is the other guys on the defensive staff. The offensive staff are doing the same thing.
You guys went out on the road this past week and the rest of the staff. What was the reception like for you guys out there?
It was great. It was great. Everybody still loves Nebraska. All our commitments are still in. We had one decommit, but we can understand that. But everybody, the reception was great with all the coaches.
It's only been 16 days. I think you've been the interim. But have things slowed down for you? Is there a comfort level that you feel like you've achieved to a certain degree?
I think coming back from New Orleans, it slowed down for me, because I got to get out on the road as the head coach. You got to have an off week as the head coach. Thrown into the fire the first week. That's okay. That happens. That happens. And you just got to bow your neck and get going. But except it slowed down for me. And I had to do that. I had to sit back and just think about things and slow it down myself. And I did that.
How was that reception for you? Experience like getting back home, first time in this role? Did you get to, I know you're there for business, but did you get to see some friends and family too?
Yes. Saw my dad, but everybody wants a job. Everybody wants a job. Everybody had answers. So, it was good to see old friends. It was good to see old coaches, but everybody had all the answers and everybody wanted jobs. So straight, typical New Orleans.
How do you feel about your running backs, Mickey? I mean, you mentioned the AJ Allen injury last week, but Gabe Irvin stepping into a bigger role. What do you feel about that group now going forward?
Well, how we feel about AG. Grant's a really good player and real confident in Gabe. Gabe ran the ball well at the end of the game against OU. Let me tell you about Gabe. Gabe's a high character kid. When things didn't go his way, he didn't sit on the sideline and pout. He bowed his neck. He waited until he got his opportunity, and he took advantage of it. So we have a lot of confidence in Gabe.
Mickey, what's been the most difficult part about taking over as interim coach so far?
Just learning, thanks to Andrew and my crew over there, and just learning everything, just kind of taking everything in. It's a lot to do. Like, I don't really enjoy this, I really don't, to tell you the truth. I'm not that type of dude that want to be in front of the cameras all the time, but that's what the job brings. So I have to do it, but I got to depend on my guys, you know, Keith and everybody and Matt to help me with this. And I'm always open. The people that help me the most are the players because they're bought in and no resistance. They're bought into what we're trying to do. But it wasn't easy. It's not easy.
You mentioned last week about over the course of the week, there'd be some younger guys who surfaced. Are there some guys you would even feel comfortable mentioning who you think are on the cusp of helping you that haven't been in main role yet? Or how do you feel that's happening in depth with the younger guys?
Well, we got some younger guys that we want to look at. You know, Malcolm's one of them. Malcolm's going to play some corner. Gold's going to play some safety. We're trying to find our best 11 guys and get them on the field. And, you know, so we got to find those guys. And so we're going to go through those young kids and see if they can get it done. And if they can get it done, we'll give them some reps on Saturday. But they've been great today and last week. They've been great.
What's your message to young guys like in their first year of college football in the portal era to stay with it, you know, to stay patient? What do you tell those guys?
Well, you got to keep encouraging them, and you got to let them know when their time comes that they got to be ready to go. And then you got to put them in the game. And that's what we're going to do. We got to put them in the game and see what they can do. But you're right. You have to recruit your team right now with the portal.
Mickey, how much, you know, with all the change that's happened to this point in the season and some of the rough results, I mean, how much would it mean? How much do you think, where would the team go if they were able to get a win? How important would that be if they did pick up?
I think it's important. I think beating Indiana is number one goal, but it's really important for this football team just to get some confidence that they can start something and finish it. And that's our goal, to beat Indiana.
Hey, Mickey, where is Ernest Hausman at in the conversation? I don't think I saw him on the depth chart yesterday. Is he still in the mix at linebacker, or is he just going to be more special teams here?
He's going to be both, but he's still in the mix. He's still in the mix at linebacker also.
Where does he need to come the furthest to kind of get back up there?
But all those young kids, just ask me, it has a slow down for them. It has a slow down in their head. You know, this game is a fast game compared to Friday nights. Saturday afternoons and Saturday nights are really fast. So he had to slow down for him. But he's an intelligent kid. He's a really good athlete. And he just got to keep developing. But he's always going to be in the mix.
What are you doing to prepare your team for the Temple of Indiana this week?
Working with the scout team, getting them lining up quick and having the guys recognize the formation and then snap the ball. But the thing, recognize the formation, get your feet in the ground, and then let's go. Let's play football.
I think Casey turns 24 next week. I don't want to load this question up too much, but how much does it help your nerves to have a veteran guy at that position?
Casey's 24. Man, I've been knowing Casey for since he's a baby. But it's good. It's good. It's a veteran. I mean, it was back in the old Nebraska days when you had all those fifth-year seniors out there and everybody was 24 years old. So that's okay because it's no rush to get out there in the war. I know in NFL says, oh, we want to be young. But usually those young kids going in, they're not mature enough. But I didn't know Casey was going to be 24. I thought he was younger than that. But it's good to have a veteran quarterback at 24. That's old.
Mickey, how have you seen the defensive guys respond to Bill Bush's coaching style and some changes that were made as well? Have they been receptive, and how have they just kind of reacted to some of those?
They've been receptive because we talked to them about Sunday, about team unity, about being one, and everybody to do their job. But they've been very receptive with what's going on. Like I said, the kids been great. The kids have bought in. They've been great. But everything that they've been through, they've been great. They haven't blanked. They're moving forward.
How much more in the last month communication have you had with Trev, and how much is he a sounding board for when you want to vent?
Well, we talk, you know, just the normal talk like before I took this job. You know, we meet on Sundays, but we don't talk every day. You know, I talk to my brothers every day. I don't talk to people every day.
Mickey, the offense took a step back in the last game. What do you want to see over the next 5 days before the game get back rolling there?
We want to be more consistent. We want to keep the drives going. We got to be better on third downs. And we talked about that. Whip understands that, but I'm sure that the kids, they understand it also, but I'm sure that we'll be better Saturday.
They getting kick and punt returns going.
We gotta hold up. You're talking about the Charlie unit, the punt return unit. We got to hold up on the outside, and we got to force the return. We got to force the return. We're looking for one of those special teams to make a big play this week. We need one of them to make a big play, and we challenged them with that.
Mickey, you have sort of this national coaching search sort of in the background of this season. Did you address with the guys at all at any point, like, hey, you guys are going to have some distractions, you might see a bunch of rumors? I mean, how did you address that if you did?
We always talk about blocking out the noise. So we're not going to worry about who the search firm's talking to, because like I said before, Nebraska deserves to have a national search. And like our interviews right now, the next 8 games, that's your interview. So we can't do anything about that. And we also talk to them, control what you can control. We can't control that. So we're going to block out the noise and we're going to focus on Indiana.
Coach, you've changed your practice schedule. You've changed how you practice. You changed your mentality in terms of how you practice. Have you seen improvements in these last couple of weeks compared to the weeks prior to before you made all that change in practice?
Yes, tremendous improvement. They're flying around, they're thudding up, tremendous improvement. Like I said, they bought in.
Bring to that nickel spot that's maybe a little different than what he would have been asked to do as more of a DB?
Well, he's a kid. He's very athletic. We wanted to get him closer to the ball. We like his coverage skills because at safety, you got to be a combination of a linebacker and a corner. And the nickel, you got to be the same. And we like his covering skill, covering slots. We also know that he'll stick his face in the fan and make tackles already. But he's very athletic, and we wanted to get him closer to the ball.
Couple more, Coach.
Coach, what did you do Saturday? Did you watch some college football? And what did anything stand out from where you watched?
Watch college football? No, I was recruiting. I was at a 9 o'clock practice. Then I went to a 2 o'clock game. Then I went to a 6 o'clock game. I don't have time to watch other guys play. I didn't even watch my brother play. I don't even know if I didn't find out they lost until Monday morning talking to him. I'm focusing on what's going on at Nebraska. I don't really have time to watch games like that.
What intrigues you, and Coach Bush will talk to him tomorrow about Hart, because he hadn't played much until now he's unsettled. What intrigues you about it?
Malcolm's a go-getter. He's a tough kid from Mississippi that don't blink. It's not too big for him. He was a really good player coming out of high school. And he's, like I said, he's a smart kid. We just got to get him reps. But he deserves to get in there and have a chance to play.
He was kind of a late bloomer, just lots of the way that Nebraska's coaches described. Was he on LSU's radar at all, or did that happen late, or not really?
No, I don't think he was on LSU radar, but when I left LSU, I didn't know who they were recruiting, and I didn't care who they were recruiting.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
Thank you, guys.
There's Mickey Joseph. Still refreshing.
It really is.
I really like it, and this is sort of how it's supposed to be with the media. It's a little bit more like, hey, I can mess with you because we know each other.
We talk often.
Yeah, like he said a couple weeks ago, we're family. Go ahead, explain it to me. Like, come on, we're here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of cameras here. But hey, did you watch college football this past weekend? No, I was recruiting. I don't have time for that.
I was working. What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, trying to check the box of the coaches don't have hobbies thing. Good coaches don't have hobbies thing. There's some stuff to pull out there from Mickey Joseph, and we'll do that as we go on here. If you guys have any response to that, we'd like to hear it. 402 951-1620. You can call, you can text into the show. We'll come back with that. We have the odd news coming up. We have NFL overreaction. We'll spin the wheel. Plenty to come on a Tuesday edition of the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Previously on Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
I had a lot of folks come at me yesterday saying that, well, don't you remember what Trev said? Trev said, I want a guy who hates to lose more than he loves to win. That's Urban Meyer. But when losing eats away at your soul so much that it might cause you to do bad things, that's a character flaw. The way to clean up a car crash is not to create another car crash.
Unsportsmanlike Conduct with John Bishop and Josh Peterson. Weekdays 2 to 6 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
After a cool start, a fantastic day ahead Tuesday. Expect mostly sunny skies with just a light northeast breeze. Highs around 76. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV News Watch 7.
More with Connor and Josh after this.
We're going to have an extensive professional relationship, my man.
On 1620, The Zone.
Dingman's Mechanical Repair. Service is at the heart of our business. Visit us at dingmansmechanical.com.
Sonic has something delicious for you. Hey, announcer guy, that's your cue.
With the Sonic 2 for $5 menu, mix and match a quarter-pound double cheeseburger, small jumbo popcorn chicken, or a Fritos chili cheese wrap. Any two for just $5.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely craving that previously mentioned thing. The Sonic 2 for $5 menu. Sonic.
Exclusions apply. Limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins. Fritos is a trademark of Frito-Lay North America Incorporated. Copyright 2022.
The Zone Inbox is brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. Email me, Connor Happer, with the Connor Happer Show at Connor, CONNOR, at 1620thezone.com. Send me your love, your hate, and maybe a few hot takes. The Zone Inbox, presented by Equitable Bank.
Being in business 100 years can't be easy. Rotella's Bakery is that business. Great family-owned and operated business that understands the needs of the community. They specialize in breads and rolls made from the highest quality ingredients, ensuring that they are superior in taste. At Rotella's, with 5 great generations represented, the American success story is combined with customer satisfaction, and they don't compromise in quality. For more information about their specialty breads, you can visit rotellasbakery.com.
See the road ahead more clearly with Sylvania Bulbs and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase select Sylvania bulbs and get a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate, plus receive double O-Rewards points. Replace your bulbs today and see better tonight. Let the professional parts people help you find the bulbs you need. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Brookside Medical Clinic. Is erectile dysfunction damaging your relationship? Are you sick of the pill and all the side effects? Well, welcome to the future. We have a major medical breakthrough. Brookside Medical Clinic uses the most advanced form of wave therapy. Backed by 60 clinical studies, our technology uses pressure waves to repair and open up blood vessels. We've helped countless men get rid of their ED. But what is the true end result? Their relationship, even their lives, improve drastically. If you're ready to regain your love life, call us right now, and not only will the assessment and ultrasound be free, we'll also give you a gift that produces immediate results in the bedroom. It almost never fails. This is worth $550, and it's free to callers right now. 402-671-7777. That's 402-671-7777. Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and experience what I call the happiness ripple effect. Call Brookside Medical Clinic now. 402-671-7777.
When you love riding a motorcycle, you want to ride it everywhere, even to a physical.
Let's check your weight. Hop on the scale. Look at that. You're down a few pounds. Oh, yeah. Must be the new carbon fiber wheels.
And when you love saving money, you want to save even more. That's why Geico makes it easy to bundle your motorcycle and car insurance.
I'm going to prescribe 91 octane for your engine knock, and we'll want to see you again in 3,000 miles.
Kickstart your savings with Geico Motorcycle. Bundle and save on the things you love.
Wondering about possible wind or hail damage? Call Shamrock Roofing first. If you have it, we'll find it. One call does it all. Call Shamrock Roofing today. 913-850-6556 or online at shamrockroofer.com.
The Madness Haunted House will terrify you to your very soul. Come, your pants all over the 2 acres of fear at Pioneer Trail Orchard. Screaming for 30 minutes or till you can scream no more. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. FearTheMad.com.
All right, Connor Happer, Josh Hodson back with you on the Connor Happer Show, 1620 The Zone. And 1620thezone.com. Your guys' thoughts on what you heard there from Mickey Joseph as he rolled through a whole bunch of different stuff, including him not watching college football this past weekend. He also did not know that Casey Thompson's going to be 24. Didn't know Casey's going to be that old. So you knew him since he was a baby, though.
Learned a lot of things Mickey Joseph doesn't do. What does he do, Connor?
Interesting. Let's take a phone call here from My side of the phone is not working, by the way. Don't know why. But Mike is on the Les Hills Harley Davidson hotline. Hi, Mike.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good.
Hey, sorry if I'm late on this. I'm on a stream. I don't can't get you from live, so but
You're good.
Anyway, does that man ever not win the press conference? Ever?
He does. He's pretty straight shooter, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And he always has an answer, and it's a well thought answer. There's no him hawing. I don't know, boy. It's none of that, and it doesn't matter. Offense, defense, he knows it. And I don't know. I hope we give him a real shot. I mean, I know I kind of called to ask you about that. Everybody's big on the head coaching experience. So, what would it take for Mickey to get this job?
Okay.
How many wins? Is it a certain amount of wins? Is it a certain amount of improvement? Are the kids playing for him? What do you guys think? Because I'll tell you what, as far as the interview goes, they ain't going to get anybody. They might get better candidates that have better records and better past and this and that, but they'll never get anybody that has a better interview than that.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate the call. Well, that may be the case. I think that's a small part of what you do when you're deciding who your head coach is. But the first question is valid. Okay, what does Mickey have to do? Does it have to be a win total? Does it have to be the way it looks? And there's no black and white way to do that. It's always going to be a combination of all of it. But I would say that it would be weighted a little bit more toward the wins and losses. He said it today. This is our tryout. This is our interview. We have these 8 games we have to deal with. I will say this, and this is something that we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show. We could sort of just, fire it off here. Like, in order for Mickey to have a chance here, don't they have to win their next 2?
Yeah, I don't think you can quote unquote drop a bad one and say I deserve a shot at this.
I mean, these are going to be the next 2 games, depending on what happens this week, but potentially the next 2 games they're going to be favorites in both. Maybe not next Friday on the road at Rutgers, but this week they are. We'll see what happens next week, depending on what happens this week. But these are gettable games. I know people have been offended by that term before. These winnable games. That Purdue guy that one time had a winnable game. One of the greatest lines ever, by the way. That's when the trash talk on Scott Frost really began. It was what, the 4th game of 2018. They're gonna have to win. Sam laid out a good case for it in the World Herald, I think, yesterday, and how difficult it is for the interim guy to earn the job. You're gonna have to make it look, a lot different. And maybe during the bye week, and he said it there himself, he did seem a little bit slowed down today, which is good. It's starting to become a little bit more normal for him, I think. And that's, Sipple asked that question. It's just about experience of doing it and being in that chair and making all the decisions and stuff like that. And I don't think he has a problem with any of it, but it's all new, and you're sort of figuring out what your role is and what your responsibilities are. So there's that part of it. They're going to have to win some games. How many? I don't know I don't know if there would be a number or what the number would be. I just think it's going to be tough for him to earn it, in my opinion. So you'll know it if he does. Right? Like, it's going to have to be a very obvious conversation of, wow, we can no longer deny this. We have to keep Mickey in our mind because they are responding to him and they are playing well, and he's doing the things that I want in a football program, and we have it right here. Not because it was so much different than Scott Frost, because they're actually playing well, and we've actually seen real life progress here. That will have to be painfully obvious in order for him to get the job. And like I said, I think that's probably the best way to put it. It'll have to be a situation where, in order for him to get the job, you feel like it was such a slam dunk to hire him that you couldn't, in your right mind, go anywhere else. You know what I mean? So
it would have to be as obvious as hiring Frost.
That's it. Yeah. Which is a funny way to put it.
Yeah.
That's about as clear as I could. Like, I think that's probably the path. I think it's a really difficult path, frankly. I don't think that's going to be easy. I don't think this team is very good. And they got 4 games that maybe they can win. I don't know. You look at the schedule. The middle chunk was always the one we looked at. Like, oh, maybe they have a chance to pull off a couple here.
Long live the Chunkies.
Indiana, Rutgers, Purdue, and Illinois. 4 in a row with a bye slammed in between Purdue and Illinois. Win a couple of them, win 3 of them. I don't know, and then see what happens after that when you go into the real teeth of the schedule in the third of the chunkies, the third chunk. But I got to be honest with you, Mike, who called in. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe, but I think it's going to be a difficult road for him to get there. Now, here's the question. Is he going to be on the staff? Yes.
Gotta be.
Yes.
100%.
Correct. Yes. So you can have Mickey and all that Mickey brings to you and still go out and find the head coach that you want as well. And I think that's sort of the ideal situation. I think Mickey's going to be here. Like, Mickey's going to be here and, in whatever role that he ends up being, whether it's wide receiver or assistant head coach, whatever it is after that.
Certainly knew he was valuable coming in.
Oh,
he's shown
no doubt
that tenfold since becoming interim head coach.
No doubt. Ian tweets into the show at Connor Happer.
Hi, Ian.
On the J-Tech Instructions on Twitter feed. Trev's checklist. Number 1, find the right head coach. Number 2, how do we keep Mickey?
Yeah, I think so. Ian, you're going to get a lot of hate tweets this weekend. We like you. Okay? A lot of people are going to be mad at Ian.
Why are people mad at Ian?
That's the name of the hurricane.
Oh. Just tweet at all guys named Ian on Twitter.
That guy's named Ian.
What the hell's wrong with you guys? Tyler said on the text line, he name dropped Dave Aranda again. Is that it? Coach with Dave Aranda at LSU? He's a pretty good coach, isn't he? Yeah.
Beat Matt Campbell this weekend.
What happened here? The Dave Aranda thing really took off this week. Is it just because they beat Iowa State? Because I don't know. There's so much buzz around that name right now. And it hasn't been like reported from anywhere. He wasn't like name dropped in a story.
There hasn't been a Feldman tweet.
I haven't talked to anybody who, would know that has mentioned it specifically, right? It's just, I don't know what happened, but
a groundswell of support.
Yes, it is now in the fan base, Dave Aranda week. And I always like how on Tuesday when Mickey talks, it's like, we got to hire Mickey as the head coach. And then it sort of trails off during the week. And then it's like, we'll pick whoever we get next week. Like I said at the beginning of this, it's going to be a very, very long 8 weeks.
Let's see what happens as they host the Mike Gundys on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Which you can hear on
Hello.
One of these 2 stations, one of these zones that we have. I can't remember which one.
Just give it a couple more turns, either 1620 or
1180. It's one of the 2.
I thought it was interesting on somebody asked him about, hey, kind of what's your thought on being here while there's a search going on? And he said, just blocking out the noise on the search firm and all that stuff. And he said Nebraska deserves to have a national search, and our interview is right now. And I thought that was a pretty good answer and a pretty good way to handle that question. Also, the communication with Trev. We don't talk every day.
No, I'll talk to my brother.
I just like how you get these straight answers, so we don't have to really wonder. Like, here's the situation. Here's what they're doing. not exactly like how they handle it. He was also asked, Sipple also asked, what's hard? No, it wasn't Sipple. Somebody else asked, what was the most difficult part? What's been the most difficult part of this thing over the first couple weeks? And he said, just learning everything. And so there's a lot to do. He said he didn't really enjoy doing the media part. Very offended by that, as always. And he said it's not easy. So maybe as you go on throughout the year, maybe there will be this groundswell for Mickey, and Mickey will be like, yeah, maybe I kind of like being not the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's an evolving process on both ends.
Okie State Baylor's on 1620 The Zone.
1620 The Zone. That's where you're listening right now. Still AM radio. Still AM radio. Yeah, somebody emailed in that Sipple dropped it. Yeah, Derek tweeted in. He said Sip dropped a story and said he has a source that says the buzz with Aranda is real. But there was buzz before that though. And I guess now it's actually, reported in some sort of way. Just hearing things. But yes, it does appear to be Dave Aranda week. Unfortunately, he's no longer available on the wheel. We spun him last week. Disappointing. Back to the phones of the Les Hills Harley Davidson hotline. We have Jed. Hey, Jed, what's going on?
I'm just so tired of what these fans have relegated this program to and what this job supposedly is now. Mike calls up and trumpets Mickey Joseph being great at a press conference, which he is. I'm not trashing Mickey Joseph for that. But then he also says, we may be able to find a coach with more wins and maybe some championships, but man, we'll never find somebody that wins a press conference like Mickey Joseph does, so we need to give him a chance. No, this is Nebraska. We need a coach that has wins and at least championship aspirations. So I don't care if you win a press conference. We need wins. This is so stupid how these fans think that this program is so bad, but man, I don't get any of these fools.
Oh. Thanks for the call, Jed. Appreciate it. Very nice.
I don't know about very nice, but the man makes a point.
I said after Mike called in, and he said that, I was like, I had the same sort of thought that Jed just had. Like, whoa, okay, hold on. We're not going to hire him just because we can't find anybody else who's going to be better at the press conference. I will say this, though. It's not unimportant because how you do at the press conference gives us a window into the type of person that you are and the way you're going to coach your kids and the message that you're sending to the kids. Now, it's not about winning or losing the press conference, but it's important to have a front-facing, a front-facing coach who is sort of comfortable with doing this piece of it. Now, if he's not comfortable with doing that piece of it, that doesn't mean that it eliminates him from the job. So keep in mind that the context of the piece that we're talking about here, the piece of the pie that we're talking about here. But I don't know. You don't hire a coach simply because he's a really great public speaker. But the exact inverse, is, we have this guy who I think is a really good coach and does, has a lot on his resume, but he's really interesting in the way he goes about his business. And, he's weird in front of the media. Like, I'm not saying you don't hire him because of that, but that is a factor in the discussion.
Yeah,
that's all.
It can be a positive or a negative.
Sure.
And if it comes down to, well, it's really close, it might be a factor.
Sure. All right, do we have some caller combat here?
I think so. Let's get like Jim Rome here.
All right, back to Mike, and then we'll see if Jed has a rebuttal. Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. There's no combat by any means, but I do agree with Jed in a sense. Press conference isn't going to sell me on a head coach by any means. But at the same time, I think we do have to look at what is Mickey's relationship with local recruits. I think that's huge, right? We've always said that to be successful here, you got to really secure the state, right? There's a lot of talent here. And wondering what these local guys are thinking of Mickey, and they bring in somebody else either from Iowa State or Kansas State or wherever it may be. What is that relationship going to look like? We have to secure the state, and then tapping into his SEC recruiting abilities, down in that area, down south, I should say. But
yeah, but doesn't it work the same if he's on the staff though, Mike? Like, you still get that.
Right. And one thing though, when it comes to media, I know Mickey said that he didn't like the media. I think that was his down, something that he didn't look forward to. I wish you guys, has anybody asked him, and I know he can't probably elaborate on air, but I would really like to know what his thoughts were with where we are talent-wise, comparable to an LSU where he came from. I mean, does he think talent-wise we have enough to win here? Obviously, I think the fan base believes we have enough to win the West, right? But what are his thoughts? What are his evaluations on talent as far as this team goes? And I don't know if anybody's asked that. I might have missed it,
maybe.
But has that been brought up?
Yeah, thanks for the call, Mike. I don't know that he would. I don't know that he would go there, right? If he's asked, my guess would be the response is, "We have the players that we have."
It's my job to coach him up.
I'm pretty sure he was asked that. Actually, it was the first press conference, or maybe the second one. He was like, "Yeah, look, these are the guys we have, and we got to coach them, and we got to make them better. It's on me. It's on us." And he said he's got good buy-in from the players, and they're doing what they are doing what they need to do in order to get there. And now you just got to let it set in and give them time, and give them a plan to go by. But I mean, it goes without saying, I don't think Nebraska's there on the same level from a team talent perspective as they are up against LSU. But they don't need to be. They don't need to be. What Nebraska has to do is get the most out of what they have now, and then they can elevate and build from there. I honestly, if we're looking at things on the list of like, hey, what is the coaching to come in and upgrade? What does it need to be better at? Obviously, you want to always have better talent, and you want to have coaches that can be able to recruit and stuff like that. For right now, for where this program's at, I'm just not there yet, because I think you need to worry about the fundamental stuff before you get to the talent piece. Like you got to have a requisite talent to play Division I football or even Big Ten Power 5 football. And Nebraska needs to. The bottom line is Nebraska needs to do a lot more with the roster that they have right now than what they have been doing. I think there's just so much more out there for even a roster like this. And then you can't even really get a good evaluation until you maximize that. So then you can get your evaluation. You can find out what you have, and you can find out what you need more of. But you can't do that unless you start to come close to maximizing the guys that you have in your roster. All right, quick call before we get to we'll do odd news. We'll have reaction, overreaction. But back to the hotline here for Terry. Hey, Terry, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? Hey, I just want to respond to the last call. Yeah, Mickey did bring that up on one of his.
I thought, it was the first or second one, right?
Yeah, it was the first or second one, and he made a point of the fact that you can have really good players that are fundamentally sound, but you've got to have some really good athletes. And I think when he made that statement, he was making a statement, right? We maybe have some players that are really good at the fundamentals, but they're not running the 4-3, and they're not explosive players. And I think that's the statement he was trying to make without going too deep into it. And I would say for him to keep his job, I mean, this may be a long stretch, but I'd say get to a bowl game. I mean, you look at the schedule; these other teams in the West are struggling, other than Minnesota. Go to a bowl game, and I think that seals the deal for him as far as being the head coach here at Nebraska. I think Barry Switzer is the one who said you can have all the X's and O's, but you got to have the Jimmies and the Joes.
Yeah.
And I think from his perspective, those kids down in the South and maybe some of these kids from Texas and some of the ones here in Nebraska, those are your Jimmies and your Joes you got to go get.
Thanks, Terry. I would say that, okay, so getting to a bowl game would be 5 more wins. 5 out of 8. First of all, that would be that would be a great effort. And I don't know if that's in the cards for this team. I'm not going to go so far as to say that pretty much locks them in. I would say that gets them in the conversation. Obviously gets them in the conversation, though. This team goes to a bowl game? Yeah. Even though we all picked them to go to a bowl game before the season, but that was before they kicked that stupid onside kick. Stop beating the dead horse.
Stop talking about the things that have happened.
All right, we'll come back with the odd news next on 1620 The Zone. DMB is bringing their fall 2022 tour to the Chi, DMB to the CHI on November the 12th. You can head over to 1620thezone.com for your chance to win your way in Dave Matthews Band on November 12th. Get all the details at 1620thezone.com.
Remember, no matter how you listen, it's still AM radio. 1620 The Zone.
Sunday morning is all about church, eggs, and the Sunday paper. But right next to church, it's made for hot takes and reactions. Severe Reactions. Michael Severe is back on 1620 The Zone with Severe Reaction. Sundays 8 to 10 and doesn't hold back on what went right and what went wrong on Saturday. He'll also take calls from the most important voice of all, yours. Severe Reaction. Sundays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Powered by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. Only on 1620 The Zone.
This is Loyalty Lab Interview 6. Subject, grandmother's loyalty. Margie, what do you do when your grandson misbehaves? Angels don't misbehave. Here we study the most loyal, like you and... Oh, there goes the lamp. Shouldn't have put it there. Shell and the Fuel Rewards program has our members' backs, too. It's super easy to save on every gallon. Loyal, just like how you acted like that wasn't his fault. Someone should clean that up before he gets hurt. Yes! Loyal, just like that.
10 years of FR.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Hey everyone, Josh Peterson here for my friends at Miracle Hill Golf and Tennis. Football season is back, and that means the return of the Monday Night Football League inside of the Top Tracer building. This league is filling up fast, so head to their website today, miraclehillgolf.com/store, and get signed up for the Fall Top Tracer League coming up on Monday nights. Also, give them a call, 402-498-0220 to book your tee times today. They're located just north of Dodge on 120th Street, Miracle Hill Golf and Tennis.
Let's face it. Credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Oh, here's my card.
I order takeout, use my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 5.73% APR with autopay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money with a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.73% APR to 19.99% APR and include a 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Get ready for kickoff, Omaha. Rally House has the game day gear you're looking for, including Chiefs sideline gear and the latest college styles.
Nebraska, Cornhuskers, Creighton, Blue Jays, Hawkeye, Cyclones, Chiefs, and Royals. Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's a Rally House.
Gear up in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Guys, want an effective, affordable way to get ED medication 100% online? Whether you're looking for Viagra or Cialis, or generic medications as effective as Viagra but 90% cheaper, you can find it all through HIMS. HIMS is your go-to for doctor-trusted treatments to help you treat ED. Get ED treatment for as low as $3 per use and save up to $1,000 per month with generic for Viagra versus the brand name at 4hims.com/radio. If prescribed, your medication will be shipped to your door in discreet packaging. Do it all online. No in-person appointments. Get hard results with HIMS or your money back. Go to 4hims.com/radio to get your first visit free. That's forhims.com/radio to get started free. forhims.com/radio.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
All right, time for the odd news. And Josh has it for us now. Go ahead, Josh.
Hello. We begin with the Manning cast last night.
Yes. I only saw one clip.
It's probably this one. Russell Wilson has not had himself a good experience on Monday Night Football this year. The Broncos and their new star quarterback were once again the source of jokes on Peyton and Eli's Manning cast, though this time the team wasn't even playing. During a sluggish first half, the Cowboys and Giants last night, punting was a frequent topic of conversation because your BFF Pat McAfee was on the broadcast as well.
I'm sure he brought a lot to the table.
A lot of volume, you mean?
Yes.
Naturally, it brought up that led to the Broncos' 11-10 victory over the Niners. Eli said they should have paid that punter $235 million instead of Russell.
Yep, Eli went for it.
He did.
He's got a way of saying things that you can't really tell if he's joking or not.
Yeah, he says these things that if like Stephen A. Smith said them, they'd be like, oh my gosh, he roasted him, he burned him, he torched him. But Eli just kind of skates on all this.
If you take Eli out of context, it really doesn't look good for him, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But you watch him and you're like, I think he's messing with us. Like I think he's joking.
I think he's joking.
So this is the guy who was Chad Powers last week.
He was, and Peyton had a Chad Powers t-shirt.
It was a good shirt.
It was a good shirt.
Kind of want that shirt.
Oh, I'm sure you can buy it at omahaproductions.com or something like that.
No, I think, Josh, I'm past my days of buying shirts because they are funny.
You're not a funny shirt guy?
I had a moment there, and I have enough of them now.
Okay.
And I didn't wear them enough anyway. I think I'm past the funny shirts.
You've graduated to short sleeve hoodies with the city you live in on them.
I'm gonna tweet that out as a poll question.
Okay.
Have you graduated past funny shirts?
Okay, I like that. You tweet that out.
Going up now.
I'll tell you about a local story right here. Omaha, Nebraska. Made the odd news. Congratulations, Omaha. You did it. They said it couldn't be done. A horse that broke away from its owner ended up requiring help from firefighters to escape a swamp.
First of all, any story with a horse,
it's a good start.
Pretty much automatically going to be funny.
Mm-hmm. And
where's the swamp?
Where's the swamp? Great question, Connor. The Nebraska Humane Society said 4 officers responded to a swamp near Cunningham Lake in Omaha on Sunday after a horse named Dakota.
They drain that sucker
all the time.
It's drained. I'm pretty sure it's like they deleted the lake, didn't they?
I have no idea. Help was summoned to the scene from OPD and OFD. That's the police department and the fire department. Sorry, I didn't want to got a little jargony there. I apologize.
Thank you.
Firefighters used an aerial rig, a harness, and a safety rope to help pull Dakota to safety. Happy to report the horse was reunited with its owner after a 2-hour rescue operation. Firefighters, police, and members of the public came together last year when a horse named Stetson fled from his New Hampshire home and became stuck in the mud. I don't know why that's relevant here.
Just another example. So there was a horse.
My editor said I needed to hit a word count, so I added another story.
There was just a random horse.
Horse got away from its owner, went to Cunningham Lake, and said, "Hey, there's no water here. I'm stuck."
I'm reading the story on WWT by a friend of the show, Mike McKnight.
Ah, yes, Mike. Hi, Mike.
Wild ride in Northwest Omaha Sunday afternoon for a horse. The owner of Dakota, his name was Dakota, saddled up near Cunningham Lake, but Dakota broke free. The horse galloped into a swampy area and got stuck. Yeah, so I guess Lake Cunningham's still a thing.
Still a lake with water?
Still a lake with water, although
Okay.
there were countless instances of it being drained to find stuff over the years. They found some cars.
Ooh.
People dump stuff in lakes, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, no,
Okay. You noticed.
I knew.
Okay.
I don't want to say how, but I knew. Finally,
Days in news talk.
Yeah, we go to Detroit. You've heard of this supply chain issue? Have you heard?
A couple people have told me.
Many are saying.
Yeah.
Ford, they're out of the blue ovals.
Really?
To slap on the front of your car.
Oh, that's a must-have, though.
Yeah.
You can't just write Ford on there.
Ford cannot get enough blue oval badges that are affixed to the exterior of its vehicles. A spokesman confirmed to several web outlets. It's the latest in a host of supply challenges bedeviling the auto industry and Ford, which warned on Monday that it expects to have 40 to 50,000 cars nearly finished, but lacking crucial parts.
Well, just that.
Crucial. The shortage has delayed deliveries of certain vehicles, the Wall Street Journal reported on Friday. The company briefly considered 3D printing the iconic insignia that traces its lineage back to the days of its namesake founder.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they decided not to do that. I don't know why, but article kind of stops right there. I'm sorry.
So I used to drive a Toyota, and I got the insignia. It was stolen. It was ripped off the front of my car.
Okay.
And so I looked into this afterwards. Partly I was trying to find how to get a new one and whatever. And basically I found out that this is a thing that people do. They steal them.
Mm-hmm. I know that.
And I couldn't really understand that. I still don't. But I went on the rest of my life without a Toyota, and rest of that car's life without a Toyota sign.
And it didn't bother you.
No, it did. I
didn't
like that it was not there.
In an episode of The Simpsons, the bad children in the school steal the superintendent's H off of his Honda.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guess.
Well, I guess it's just an easy thing to steal.
Yeah.
We're just talking about kids then, I suppose.
Kids being stupid.
Yeah.
What's the thing I can steal? Low risk.
Yeah. Nobody's going to find me. Street signs.
Oh, yeah. What's a budget on street signs? Because those get stolen all the time, it seems like.
They got to have a billion of those.
Yeah, did they print them all up ahead of time and like, okay, we need another Cummings Street down here?
That is a good question. Like, do we have a sign factory here in Omaha where we make all the signs?
Well, you don't want supply chain issues to halt your street signs. Like, oh, why aren't these streets labeled? Supply chain.
It's true.
Supply chain.
KU football stan Chandra tweets in, did Shrek have an opinion on something being in a swamp?
I love Shrek.
We have not gotten in contact with Shrek, but I imagine he was not okay with a horse in his swamp, especially after the donkey came in that one time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is the odd news. We'll come back. It's time for NFL Reaction Overreaction next on 1620 The Zone.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
It happens every day, and homeowners are victims every time, unless they call us. Hi, this is Garen Armstrong with Shamrock Roofing. Recently, a local homeowner with an aging roof had two well-known roofing companies out. Neither found hail damage for an insurance claim, but both happily submitted bids for a new roof. Then the homeowner called Shamrock Roofing. We found significant hail damage and sat with the homeowner when he filed his claim. We were there again when the insurance adjuster came out. And when the insurance company tried to deny the claim, the homeowner appealed with his evidence from Shamrock. The insurance company then approved the full claim for a new roof. Shamrock Roofing helped the homeowner get his roof when the other roofing companies could not. That is exactly why we say call Shamrock Roofing first. especially if you're wondering about possible wind or hail damage. If you have it, we'll find it. One call does it all. Call Shamrock Roofing today or find us online at shamrockroofer.com.
Hey everyone, Josh Peterson here for my friends at Kugler Vision. Fall means outdoor activities. Don't miss a moment this fall. Head over to their website today, kuglervision.com, and schedule a consultation. Low monthly payments are available, kuglervision.com.
Genesis Health Club's is celebrating its 36th anniversary, and you're invited. Join for just 36 cents and get the rest of the year for free. Hurry, just 3 days left. Hi, I'm Rodney Stephen, owner of Genesis Health Clubs, thanking you for the last 36 years. Without you, we wouldn't be here, and we're here for your results. We're here to help you feel better, look better, and have more energy, and be able to enjoy all life has to offer by improving your health. Celebrate Genesis Health Club's 36th anniversary by joining today for just 36 cents and get the rest of the year for free. 3 days left. That's 36 years of results, 36 years of better mood, concentration, and focus, 36 years of crushed goals, 36 years of mental and physical strength, 36 years of members achieving their absolute best, and now it's your turn. So get fit, have fun, and celebrate 36 years with us. Join Genesis Health Clubs for just 36 cents and the rest of the year for free. Hurry, just 3 days left. Find your fitness home at genesishealthclubs.com.
Get a full breakdown of what went right and what went wrong immediately after every Nebraska game with Big Red Overreaction. Presented by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. And by Coors Light, keeping Nebraska chill. Also brought to you by Burton AC Heating, Plumbing, and more. Join the show immediately after the game and sound off with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Big Red Overreaction on 101.9 The Keg and 1620 The Zone.
Terrors of the night stalk among the trees, waiting in the distance. A shriek, laughter, then silence. It's the season of darkness at the Ranch of Terror and Haunted Hayride. Spend an hour with nothing to protect you but your own screams. Bring your group and witness unspeakable horrors that test every fiber of your nerves. Hayride and house combo $25 or $15 separately. The Ranch of Terror and Haunted Hayride. BellevueBerryFarm.com.
This is Scott Schultz from Host Coffee. 2022 marks our 50th year and business has never been better. We continue to grow and add new customers. Many employers are looking for new ideas for their staff as people return to the office. Our pantry service is a great office amenity for staff and guests. Fresh food, snacks, coffee, water, and other beverages for employees and guests. Enhance your office experience with pantry service from Host Coffee. Learn more at hostcoffee.net.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
The passion and excitement of high school football continues every week, and the high school football update covers it all every Saturday morning. Join veteran sportscasters Jim Kelter and Torrey Pantalian Saturday mornings 8 to 10 on 1180 The Zone.
Shop Woodhouse Place Hyundai and Nissan, 144th and Giles. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, let's check in with UConn football. It's from Joe Arruda, who covers UConn men's basketball and football for the Hartford Current. The UConn football roster is so thin at running back that Jim Morris said the staff considered 6 foot, 300-pound defensive lineman Jelani Stafford to play the position. Stafford played some running back in high school and was, quote, pretty darn good. But Morris says, quote, we're probably not going to want to put him in there.
I'd like to see you try.
How can this just be brought up as a possibility and not be done?
I mean, there's got to be a package for him.
If there was ever a reason to watch UConn football, it would be to watch 300-pound running back Jelani Stafford. We need this. I beg.
Yeah.
But Jim Mora...
Goal line situation? Jim
Mora just teases us and says, oh, well, we thought about this, but we're not actually going to do it. He should be suspended for that. Should be illegal.
I mean, they got Fresno State this weekend on CBS Sports Network.
Huge.
You want a FIU, not a very good team.
Huge.
Ball State, then Boston College.
It's
Power 5 game.
It's Jelani time.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in Jelani. I want to see a picture of him. Jelani.
UConn's last 4 games are on CBS Sports Network. So, I mean, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Big guy. He's from Pennsylvania.
Sure.
He doesn't have any sort of stats whatsoever. Sophomore, 6 foot, doesn't even have a weight on here.
Their leading
they
rusher.
Have literally no information on him on the UConn website. He has 6 tackles total in his career.
They've ran for just over 900 yards this season. 400 of them by Nathan Carter. I assume this person is now injured.
Must be.
The next leading candidate has 100 yards.
Well, I guess Jelani Stafford was a transfer from Youngstown. Youngstown's
Penguins.
There you go. Okay. Anyway, just that's offensive.
Don't tease us.
Greg and Lincoln tweets in he's from he's our Purdue source.
He is.
So that Jeff Brom has mentioned Marcus Mbow, former Nebraska recruit Marcus Mbow, to use him in the backfield situationally. Marcus Mbow, offensive lineman, 6'5", 305 pounds. Please. Did Daniel Fa'alele ever carry the ball while he was at Minnesota? I know they lined him up in the backfield once or twice as like a fullback. How are you not giving this guy the ball just to see what happens? Anyway, we need more big guys carrying the football.
Hell yeah.
NFL reaction, overreaction. We have a few topics from over the weekend as we have concluded week 3 now. And we're on to week 4. But first we have to take stock, and we will either call these appropriate reactions or overreactions. Josh?
I will begin. I will read the take.
Yes.
Take 1. The Dolphins are the favorite to win the AFC East.
You know, I still don't think so.
That was a home field advantage game.
Yeah, I don't want to take away credit from them. We can look at the odds right now to just see if this is the case, by the way. They are not by a long shot, actually. The Bills are minus 240, and the Dolphins are plus 210. But that gap between the Bills, Dolphins, and everybody else in that division is only growing larger. Mac Jones is crying on his way to the locker room with the high ankle sprain, and the Jets have Joe Flacco as their quarterback. So the Dolphins are, pretty much a stone cold lock for the playoffs right now. Yeah, they're going to be right in that conversation. I think the Bills are long term a little bit more sustainable at the moment. So that is an overreaction.
I agree. That's a good comment by you. Take 2. We were too hard on the Broncos in the first few weeks of the season.
Josh, I'll have you know that the Denver Broncos are 2-0.
2-1.
2-1. Really drew that one out. 2-1. I will have you know also these things. The Las Vegas Raiders are 0-3.
It's true.
After not beating the Tennessee Titans. The Los Angeles Chargers are 1-2, and they were just trounced by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, Justin Herbert, his ribs are mush right now. But the Chiefs and the Broncos, as differently as it's looked for both teams, are both 2-1. They've played a little bit of a light schedule out of the gate here, but here comes the Broncos' next few games. Raiders, Colts, Chargers, Jets, Jags. It doesn't get much harder.
Damn it.
It doesn't get much harder. The Broncos are going to be able to do this thing where they sort of just skate through, and no win is a sure thing. They're going to play in some primetime games. They're going to play in a London game in a couple weeks, or maybe it's a Germany game. I don't know what it is. End of October against Jacksonville.
One of those foreigners.
Yeah. Their schedule's not hard. Like they're gonna probably be in the neighborhood of 500 without even trying.
They've scored the second fewest points in the league. Now, counter to that, they've allowed the second fewest points in the league as well.
Mm-hmm.
You've watched the Broncos play, right? We have not been too hard on them. They are trash, even if they're winning games.
Okay, but at a certain point, you're winning enough games and you're not trash anymore.
I understand you can't take a win for granted in the National Football League, but
I sort of think we were too hard.
It doesn't look right.
I sort of think we were too hard. I think this is an appropriate reaction. I think we were a little bit too hard on them. I don't think they're great, but I don't think they're a dumpster fire. I think they're going to be able to win some games with their defense, and ultimately they have Russ. They have a couple good receivers, and those guys can make plays when necessary. I'm not saying that they're a great team, not saying that they're even really a good team, but they have a couple of the key things that can win you games when you're going to be in close games, and they've been in all close games so far, and they're going to be in more. So
4 yards at a time, baby.
Yeah. And Nathaniel Hackett hired that guy to help him out with situational stuff. So that helps too.
Broncos have not played a divisional opponent yet.
Too hard on him. That's an appropriate reaction.
It's very close. It's very close.
Okay.
They are 2-1.
Next.
Take 3. Josh's worst team in the NFL last week, the Atlanta Falcons, actually aren't that bad.
Well, Josh?
Well, it's funny. We'll do the bottom 5 here, I believe, in the next segment.
Yes.
If my schedule is correct.
Yes.
That's a proper reaction. They're not on it this week.
They went from 1 to not on the list. Respect is growing for the Atlanta Falcons.
Point differential of -1.
Who nearly beat the Saints, who nearly beat the Rams, who beat the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Now, schedule tightens up a little bit. Browns, Bucks, Niners, Bengals. There's always that's their next couple. I would not feel comfortable putting them as the worst team in the NFL right now. I would not, as you mentioned, not going to be in your top 5 today.
Bottom 5 in points allowed. So you can score on them, but they can score as well. I believe they've scored top 10 in scoring.
They're scoring.
Yeah. Marcus Mariota he's completing 2/3 of his passes.
In their power rankings on ESPN's power rankings, the Falcons are rated 28th.
Okay.
Out of the 32 NFL teams. But I won't spoil your list, so we'll keep the other ones. Locked up.
Just keep giving the ball to Patterson and let Marcus not lose you the game.
So I think this is a slight. They actually aren't that bad. So this is an appropriate reaction. They're not good though. They're not, and they're also not the worst team in the league. They're
right.
They're just normal bad.
They are. Well, I guess they won that one game. Second place in the NFC South.
That's right. That's a talk about divisions we should throw into the. Yeah, it's not great. Next,
fourth take. The Cowboys have a quarterback controversy.
Okay, I've seen this perpetuated now countless times in the last week. What is going on? Jerry Jones went on the radio and said this?
Yeah, he said, I want Cooper to be so good that we have a quarterback controversy in Big D.
Oh, and then all of a sudden they took it as, oh, wait, there is a quarterback controversy. Folks, there's not. Dak Prescott, for all the complaints he might have about him, is still better than Cooper Rush. I'm sorry. There's no quarterback controversy. This is a major overreaction.
This is an overreaction. I understand the argument if you're coming at it from, well, Cooper Rush is 3-0. You know,
it doesn't matter.
You're winning at about the same clip as Dak Prescott, and Cooper Rush costs less, so you could put more around him. So I understand it from the dollars and cents side, but from just an eye test.
Well, Dak might not be good from like what we expect of Dak, but if it's Dak versus Cooper Rush, Dak's better.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time I'm going to take Dak Prescott.
Yes.
But not that there's an argument to be made. But
come on, do it.
The financial case is there. I don't agree with it, but I'll hear you out.
You're still paying him if he's hurt.
Well, yeah. A lot of Cowboys fans were not happy that they gave him that contract.
Yeah, sure.
Because how you win in this league is often
Dak Prescott comes back. He's the Cowboys starting quarterback. Sorry.
100%.
Sorry.
100%.
I love my red beard guys. So we got to stick together. But Cooper, he'll go back to the bench when Dak comes back. Non-controversy.
Ooh, I like that. Let's remember that. Take 5. Doug Peterson, NFL Coach of the Year?
Certainly looks like it right now. Looks like the favorite.
Yeah, who else would you have? Mike McDaniel?
Yep.
It's a 2-horse race right now?
Yep. They could win a lot of games. Let's go to the season awards list and see if they have it here on FanDuel. Oh, yeah, here we go. AP NFL Coach of the Year. The favorite is Nick Sirianni, plus 300. Mike McDaniel, plus 500. Mike McD. Plus 600 for Doug, plus 1,000 for Kevin O'Connell, 1,600 for Brandon Staley, and 1,600 for Brian Dable, who's worked his way.
Only one of those coaches wore a hoodie while players were dropping like flies due to heat stroke around him, and that's Mike McD.
Mike McD. No, like the Jags are going to probably be in the neighborhood of a 500 team this year. And if that's the case, Doug should be the coach of the year. Doug time. Maybe actually, and they should give an award to Urban Meyer for how bad he was. That's what they should actually do. In the absence of a coach of the year this year, they should say, wow, congratulations, Urban Meyer. You were the worst NFL coach of all time because you had this exact team last year with the number 1 overall pick at quarterback, and you somehow turned them into a complete dumpster fire within like 4 weeks.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is completing 70% of his passes, 6 touchdowns, 1 pick. He's only been sacked twice. Like, he looks completely different than he did last year.
Yep.
Interesting.
They added Christian Kirk, and now all of a sudden they're better, right? No, it's just that they don't have Urban Meyer anymore. And finally,
let's pretend that Chiefs-Colts game just didn't happen.
Yeah, that was our suggestion from Allan Bell. Let's play it out though a little bit. So if we are to believe the results, this would lead us to be extremely confused about what just happened what has happened in the NFL in the first 3 weeks. The Chiefs have been really good. They beat the Cardinals and the Chargers. They play the Bucs this weekend on Sunday Night Football. The Colts have been horrible. They tied the Texans. They got smoked by the Jags. Then you start to think about the Jags a little bit, and they just smoked the Chargers. I don't know if you want to throw it out completely. It's one of those situations where it's a loss earlier in the year, and you could think back to last year, and there were games like this earlier in the season. You thought, wow, that's one of the few games this year that just really didn't make sense based on what we have now seen and how it's played out the rest of the year. But there could be games where those results happen earlier in the year, and they could be, we should have been warned one way or the other, whether it's about the Chiefs or it's about the Colts. Now, I think it's more likely to be about the Colts than it is about the Chiefs.
They're learning how to evolve that offense in Kansas City right now, and there's going to be some growing pains, some bumps in the road. Patrick wanted to play a little faster, towards the end of, what was it, the first half?
Little yelling at Eric Bieniemy there.
Yeah, what's up with that? Trouble in paradise.
What's going on here? Nah, I mean
Patrick Mahomes.
It's mostly nothing, but I don't know if it's a complete I'm gonna forget about this.
I'm gonna put it away in the back of my mind.
Yep.
I'm not gonna think about it for probably another 2 months.
Yep.
And then I'll reevaluate.
Yep. If the Colts are good again, you'll be like, oh, okay. Well,
maybe that was telling.
Yep. We should have known right then and there.
We used to do this with Tom Brady. Once a year, there'd be the Patriots are dead game.
Rodgers has one every year too.
And now we do it with the Chiefs too. The Chiefs are done.
The Bills had it last year against the Jags.
That's right.
Yeah. So there's always those games that end up not making sense at the end of the year. Maybe this is one of them. Maybe not. All right, that's NFL reaction, overreaction. We will unveil Josh's bottom 5 worst teams in the NFL.
That's right.
Next on 1620 The Zone.
Previously on Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
I'm going to the moon, boys.
Yeah, I think I'm picking moon. I mean, sure, it's a great
How
experience,
fun would
but
that be?
you're going for the notoriety more than the experience.
I'm going for I want to go to the moon. I'm telling you, I want to go to the moon.
Would it be fun to brag? Of course. 6 months paid anywhere I want to be of rest and relaxation. Give me the 6 months. That's a no-brainer.
Unsportsmanlike Conduct with John Bishop and Josh Peterson. Weekdays 2 to 6 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from a Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
The bright sunny skies will continue throughout your Tuesday afternoon with temperatures topping into the mid to upper 70s. In Omaha, I'm tracking a high temperature of 76 degrees. Throughout the overnight, temperatures will eventually dip into the lower 40s, even outlying communities approaching the mid 30s. By Wednesday afternoon, slightly cooler, a lot of sunshine with a high of 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Anthony Copeland for KETV News Watch 7.
The Zone Hotline is powered by Los Hills Harley-Davidson, your home in the hills.
At Dingman's Collision Center, you voted them first place in Best in Omaha for the past 17 years. So they want to say thank you for choosing the Dingman family and their incredible technicians to repair your vehicles. At Dingman's, they'd rather be the best than apologize for anything less.
Hey everyone, Josh Peterson here for my friends at Miracle Hill Golf and Tennis. Football season is back, and that means the return of the Monday Night Football League inside of the Top Tracer building. This league is filling up fast, so head to their website today, miraclehillgolf.com/store, and get signed up for the Fall Top Tracer League coming up on Monday nights. Also, give them a call, 402-498-0220 to book your tee times today. They're located just north of Dodge on 120th Street, Miracle Hill Golf and Tennis.
You know those buddies who magically become medical professionals when you're not at the top of your game? The ones who say, come on, muscle through it, but then also say, hey, you should probably see my specialist, or surgery or pain meds. It's almost always false, false, and false. Athletico's physical therapists, the same therapists who work with professional athletes, can tackle those little aches and pains from the start, before they become big ones. So next time, don't believe everything you hear. Instead, start with Athletico. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com.
They say everyone has a story to tell. Well, no one tells stories better than Audible. It's the home of living your best life. Intriguing true crimes. And celebrities you love, like John Hamm, Kerry Washington, and Kevin Hart. It's the home of new worlds, old worlds, and ways to make a better world. Audible, the home of storytelling. Audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Start a free trial at audible.com.
With almost everything in life, you have choices. You can pick a lot, a little, or somewhere in the middle. So shouldn't there be an internet plan that's just as clever? One that allows you to add TV or home automation whenever. That's why Cox now offers flexible internet plans, giving you all the services you desire at nothing you don't require. Additional services can be added at then current regular rates. All services subject to residential customer service agreement and acceptable use policy found at cox.com/policies. Restrictions apply.
Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill has been making your game day experience one to remember for 18 years with our award-winning char-buffed wings and $7.99 Monday through Friday lunch specials. But now your game day just got bigger and better with Oscar's newly upgraded audio-video system. Cheer on your favorite teams this season in front of a 22-foot LED video wall, showing up to 8 games at once, and of course, 40 TVs and massive dual projectors. Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill, 173rd and West Center Road, and for takeout at 162nd and Maple.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel, évidemment. Go to babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
employee onboarding,
Automated.
customer support.
Automated.
What if you could automate all your company's routine operation tasks and do it easily?
Lead management.
Automated.
With Zapier, you can. Zapier is the leader in no-code automation. Connect over 5,000 apps, automate almost any workflow, and streamline your team's performance without hiring a developer and with no coding required. That's right. Zapier's templates make it simple for you to automate anything in minutes, no matter your level of expertise. Zapier eliminates routine tasks and frees your employees to focus on the bigger picture. And with Zapier's advanced security features and annual SOC 2 audits, your data is safe and secure. See why thousands of companies, including Slack, Salesforce, and HubSpot, trust Zapier to automate their businesses.
Even complex tasks?
Automated with Zapier.
Try Zapier for free today at zapier.com/radio. That's zapier.com/radio. Zapier.com/radio.
All right, Josh, good piggyback off of the previous segment. We will go straight from reaction, overreaction into Josh's worst teams. This has been an ever-changing list over the first couple weeks of the season.
Well, you know, things are shaking out. You're figuring out who's good, who's
it's not
bad.
a critique. It's just that's real life.
Absolutely, it happens, and we're kind of figuring out. I think I got my eye on some of these teams that are going to be
bad,
taking up permanent residence on this list.
Yeah,
and we begin with number 5.
God, come on, take forever.
Number 5.
Like 2 of them played each other this past weekend.
That is correct, actually. Yeah. Number 5 is the Chicago Bears.
Hey, welcome.
The only team with a winning record on this list. That's right. The Bears have a winning record. They're 2-1.
I do not know
how that's possible, but yeah, it's real. It's a thing.
Well, they had the hurricane game in Chicago.
8 completions will land you on this list every single time, for sure.
Would you like to know Justin Fields' stats right now?
Sure. I would like to.
This is Justin Fields' first 3 games of 2022.
No touchdowns, 2 picks on Sunday.
23 for 45, which is good for 51%.
Not great. Not where you want.
297 yards, which is under 100 yards a game. 6.6 yards per completion.
Oh, wait. These are totals. These are not week by week.
No. This is the whole thing.
Okay.
This is the whole thing.
That's why he's on this list.
2 touchdowns, 4 picks. He's been sacked 10 times. And he just lost David Montgomery. Who knows for how long. Khalil Herbert was great, actually. Fields has also run for 95 yards.
Okay. He has a QBR of almost 19.5. Not 195.
Close.
19.5.
Yeah, so not great. And it's their offense, it's their weapons, but it's also him. He doesn't look very good.
It looks, he's got that deer in the headlights, frantic.
Yeah, things are moving a little fast.
Yeah. It just doesn't look right in Chicago right now. Number 4.
Number 4.
The New England Patriots.
I was impressed with them on Sunday. They got like Devontae Parker going. Like Devontae Parker, who nobody could get anything out of for the last 7 years. All of a sudden, he's like their best guy now in New England. Harris is good. Mac might be out for some time now, though, and that's the issue.
That's why I have them on this list. Mac has not been good. He threw 3 picks on Sunday.
Yeah.
He might miss the next month or so with a high ankle sprain.
Mac is like a low-key emotional guy, sort of a la Tom Brady, right? Like he does a lot of yelling, a lot of bleep talking, a lot of like nudging. He'll do like a goofy dance when he gets to the end zone.
He loves a gritty.
Yeah, he did the flop on this. Did you see his flop on the sideline?
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah, so he was going out of bounds. He took a step out, and the guy still had him like wrapped up. And the guy pulled off him, and he just like totally flopped out. It was ridiculous, and everybody noticed it at the time. Mac is not an enjoyable watch for me.
No, they are 1-2 as they head to Lambeau this week, so it might not be getting better anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like them.
3. Combination of 3 and 5.
Number 3.
They, like I said, though, they were a little better than I expected against the Ravens. That's might be more of a Ravens thing.
Mm-hmm. Number 3 is the Houston Texans. They have not won a game yet.
This is not your stone cold lock worst team in the NFL right now?
No.
Interesting.
They've pushed a few teams to a game in the fourth quarter. Just hasn't quite worked for Lovie Smith and Davis Mills right now.
No. They weren't supposed to be good, and they've started 0-2-1.
Yeah.
I don't know what the next 5 or 6 weeks are going to hold for them. The Chargers, Jags, Raiders, Titans, Eagles.
Played the Bears and the Broncos close, just didn't pull it out.
Yeah.
You know.
Where's the first win on the schedule for the Houston Texans? Chargers, Jags, Raiders, Titans, Eagles, Giants, Football Commanders.
I mean, it might be the Commanders, right?
That would be the week before Thanksgiving, Josh.
Oh, my goodness. It's a long time to go.
This seemed bad.
Yeah.
This seems bad. And there was a lot of weird Davis Mills stuff during the offseason, like, this was actually the best rookie quarterback. No, he wasn't.
No, he was not.
Sorry. Good try. No, he wasn't.
There is such a thing as too much analyzation.
Yep.
Here comes 2.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the Carolina Panthers. Baker Mayfield is in the bottom 5 of almost every statistical category in the league. He had a dozen passes batted down at the line of scrimmage. They've got the Cardinals, Niners, Bucks, and Rams in the next month. Matt Rule's seat, as they say, is en fuego.
But coming off of a win.
That is true.
So this is one game that I did not see much of at all because I was watching on Red Zone. I think they checked in on this game like 3 times for the entire 3.5 hours of the noon window. And the one time it was Jameis fumbling and the Panthers picked it up and took it home. The Saints put on a late touchdown. I don't know. It was sort of a thoroughly dominating win for the Panthers. So I'm surprised to see them show up this high on the list.
They got a win and 2 close losses. Baker Mayfield is just not the dude.
Bake Show didn't do it for you?
No.
It doesn't do it much for me either.
Which leads us to the worst team in the league. I think we've all figured it out. But if you haven't, I will tell you and give you reasons for it. Who could it be?
Make it so, number 1.
Number 1.
Can't be the Bengals anymore.
Nope, it's not the Bengals. It's the Las Vegas Raiders.
This is so crazy, too, because I actually don't think they're that bad.
I don't think they're the worst team in the league, but they are 0-3 in a division where you cannot start 0-3.
Correct.
The Broncos look like garbage and are 2-1. It's not over, but you don't like your chances here.
This team might win 4 games, and we might think, oh, well, they could probably still beat anybody.
You will not know how to bet them as the season progresses. You'll still be like, Carr and Adams, like them.
Carr though has been pretty rough.
Yeah. He's not played his best.
You watch
football.
that game. Carr was not good.
Expectations put them in the bottom of this list.
Okay.
They were expected to, maybe not contend for the AFC West, but they were a playoff team last year. People forget.
Well, there will be some things that will be, decided for them in the next 2 weeks. They get Denver this Sunday, and then the Chiefs on a Monday night game in 2 weeks.
And then they get the
Kansas City.
And then they get the Texans after that.
Yep.
So they not rebound fully, but there's a couple get back games here.
Yeah.
Also,
they might be 0-5 before they can blink. Who knows?
Maybe. Follow me on this. Maybe Josh McDaniel, not a good coach.
Interesting.
I'm going to put that out there. We'll see if I'm right.
Yeah, we'll chew on that for a couple of weeks here.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
That is top 5. Busy 1 o'clock hour still to come. A couple things I want to get into. We can get back to some of the Mickey stuff in that he said in the 11 o'clock hour. I also have a kind of a thought exercise. I'm offering you some package deals. A couple package deals.
Love a deal.
I'm wondering which one people might be interested in. We'll come back with that. We'll also spin the wheel in the 1 o'clock hour right here on 1620 The Zone.
The best way to catch all the action is on 1620 The Zone. And no line for the bathroom.
Creighton Sports Update.
It's another jam-packed week of Big East action, starting with Creighton Volleyball hosting Xavier on Wednesday. Volleyball is back on Friday as they host Butler. Men's soccer hosts Villanova on Saturday, and women's soccer takes on Providence this Sunday. For a complete schedule and tickets, visit gocreighton.com/tickets. And that's your Creighton Sports Update.
1620 The Zone proudly supports Creighton Athletics.
Bill Jones.
And Olivia.
Here for Jones Bros Cupcakes. Have you tried our new chimney cones yet, Olivia?
They are so yummy.
Chimney cones are stacked on a sugar-coated croissant cone with gelato. We have flavors like birthday cake, strawberries and cream, s'mores, salted caramel, and more.
I love the birthday cake chimney cone topped with a mini cupcake. So good.
Come see us at Jones Bros Cupcakes and Cafe in Exarban Village.
We appreciate your support.
Hey everyone, Josh and John here for the FanDuel Sportsbook. Football season well underway, and so now is the perfect time for you to download the FanDuel Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers, you can get a no-sweat first bet for up to $1,000. That is free bets back if your first bet does not win, and so if you're looking at the great slate of Week 4, perhaps you like the Chiefs -1.5 at the Bucks.
And just use our promo code 1620 when you sign up. Another great feature, Josh, of the FanDuel Sportsbook, live betting. That's right. If you can sense maybe a comeback is happening, you can jump on in and get an advantageous payoff. So check it out. Live betting going on in-game from the FanDuel Sportsbook. Sign up today with promo code 1620 for that no-sweat first bet. 21 plus and present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Woodhouse Ford is your certified Ford dealer, serving drivers throughout Nebraska for 47 years. Our commitment to our customers continues well beyond the date of purchase. You will leave our lot feeling comfortable and confident in your new vehicle. Customers have been relying on Woodhouse Ford since 1975 for high-quality vehicles, knowledgeable staff, and exceptional service. Experience the Woodhouse Ford difference and shop at one of our 3 locations in-store or online at woodhouseford.com.
This is Loyalty Lab Interview 6. Subject, grandmother's loyalty. Margie, what do you do when your grandson misbehaves? Angels don't misbehave. Here we study the most loyal, like you and... Oh, there goes the lamp. Shouldn't have put it there. Shell and the Fuel Rewards program has our members' backs, too. It's super easy to save on every gallon. Loyal, just like how you acted like that wasn't his fault. Someone should clean that up before he gets hurt. Yes, loyal, just like that.
10 years of FR.com. Terms and conditions apply.
The big box stores have a secret. When you walk out the door with a new purchase, that's where the service ends. At Ty's Outdoor Power and Service, you get great deals on brands like Hustler, Toro, Honda, and Steel. Plus, you get a dedicated, experienced service center. With annual maintenance and repairs, your equipment will last longer and perform when you need it most. See us in Lincoln, Omaha, or Gretna and get 10% off your residential service. Visit TysOutdoorPower.com, promo code radio, or mention radio to redeem. This is Scott Schultz from Host Coffee. 2022 marks our 50th year and business has never been better. We are rapidly growing and adding new customers, which means we need new route drivers and service technicians. We have new jobs for those new to the industry with little or no experience, and new careers that require knowledge in the coffee and vending world. There's a good chance we have just what you need in a new job. Host Coffee offers competitive pay and understands the work-life balance. Apply today at hostcoffee.net/careers and join our team.
Shop Woodhouse Place Hyundai and Nissan, 144th and Giles. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs.
All right, so our own Josh Peterson yesterday decided to take his thought exercise to Twitter.
Always a good decision.
And he said, basically, hey, what if BJ Fleck was the head coach? And, that it really devolved into something, as I was listening later in the show, and it evolved into something that I really didn't think it was going to end up becoming, but it did, which was like, I would never root for Nebraska football again. Like, what are we doing here? BJ Fleck is a good football coach. He's a weirdo, but come on, it's okay. That would be fine.
A lot of people came in with, I'll give my tickets back. I'll never go to another game. I'll never buy another shirt again. Like, I hate PJ Fleck. He's on my enemies list. That dude rubs me the wrong way, but I mean, I'm not going to stop.
Right. It's okay. So I don't have a similar one to that, but it's sort of a thought exercise. So we live in the transfer portal era. Nebraska's looking for a new head coach. I wonder, and Nebraska's looking for a head coach for the first time in the open transfer portal era. Now, other schools, other teams have done this so far. I'll be interested to see how this works out, because there are some coaches out there who could potentially come with package deals. Now, this is just potentially. I'm not trying to move people around. Maybe here's a couple.
You're not reporting anything.
No. Here's a couple obvious ones that come to my head. You watch Kansas play, and you think, "Wow, Lance Leipold has really done a nice job," but you also think, holy crap, that Jalen Daniels guy is really good. Yeah. Their quarterback is really good.
Fun to watch. Can do it all.
Package deal.
Mm-hmm.
Bring me Leipold and bring me Jalen Daniels. And we're cooking. We're cooking with gas right away. With how fast he can turn programs around. You got a guy like that. I think he's only a junior. Let me check the old the page here. Maybe not. So COVID year 20, 21, 22. So he's a third year player. So he would potentially, I guess, have 2 years of eligibility left. Anyway,
I think that works out, but who knows anymore?
The math, who knows? Yeah. There are some teams, by the way, I was doing a PA for Nebraska soccer last week, and they were playing Northwestern. Northwestern writes in their freshman as FY, first year.
Oh, okay.
Don't know why they do that, but we're gonna get to the point where the age doesn't matter anymore, and the grade you're in doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so there's a package deal that's laid on the table for you guys. What would be the excitement level around here if it was Lance Leipold coming to town and he brought along his all Big 12 quarterback, Jalen Daniels, with him? I think that'd be received pretty well.
Nebraska loves a Big 12 transfer quarterback.
Now, I was trying to think of more. Give me some more package deals.
I wrote one in there.
At 402-951-1620, or you can text, or you can tweet into the show as well. Remember we talked about this with Sauter yesterday? Just it briefly came up. I've been wondering why people haven't talked more about Gundy. I think Gundy's one of the best coaches in the country. But what if Nebraska said, okay, we're going to hire Mike Gundy? Great. Oh, that's a pretty good hire, right?
It is.
And he's bringing along his quarterback who just happens to be a Nebraskan. He's bringing the Zane train.
Almost seems too perfect.
What would be the reaction to that?
Oh, that would be a huge win.
That would be
huge
a great hire, and obviously a huge get for in-state recruiting.
Yeah.
Now that's like secondary to it's a great hire. But yeah, I think that would be good. Okay, what'd you write on the sheet here?
I wrote Kleinman and Deuce.
Oh yeah, by the way, happy birthday, Chris Kleinman.
Yeah.
Is Deuce not out of eligibility yet?
He's a junior.
Deuce. Bring me some package deals. This is I'm sort of serious when I'm sort of bringing this up here. Like, there is going to be a coach who Nebraska hires, or who, any coach around any school around the country hires, and they're going to have a guy who's sort of connected to them, and they can kind of bring that along. That might be an added advantage to the coaching search in this era that we're in right now.
So it's certainly something to think about.
We haven't seen that happen.
Don't make your decision based on it, but
I mean, I want to do some research on this because I want to see, the type, who left where. I mean, especially where Nebraska's hiring from. Like, who are we talking about for Nebraska head coaching candidates? The head coach at Kansas, the head coach at Iowa State, the head coach at Baylor, the head coach at, Group of 5 school. You can sell it to those guys, especially regionally, Kansas and Iowa State. Hey, just come to Nebraska with us. It's not that different.
It'll be fun.
And we've won here. We feel like you're obviously a good fit in what we do, and we need you here. Like, I'd imagine that will happen regardless of which coach comes in.
I got one for you, Connor.
Okay.
Sark and Arch.
Sark and Arch. Is it time to hire Sark? Many people are saying this, especially after Texas lost to Texas Tech. How about this? From the text line. Eric Bieniemy, and he can bring Patrick Mahomes.
Love it. Let's do it. No, as long as there are no follow-up questions, let's do it.
Package deal. He's still's got eligibility, right?
Yeah. What about Raiola?
Oh. Who would we have to hire to get Dylan Raiola?
I don't know.
We could hire his uncle. Oh, wait.
Well, we tried that.
Damn it. We could hire Ryan Day?
Maybe an OC or a quarterback's coach or.
Yeah. Maybe just make Dominic the head coach.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know if we have the just for men budget that they do at Ohio State to afford Ryan Day. It's a lot of hair dye. He dyes his hair and his beard.
So yes, this is maybe a part of the conversation going forward. Chris writes into the Equitable Bank inbox. So instead of it's time to focus on Baylor's best players. Since Aranda is going to be the next coach, all Aranda, all the time should be the new focus. Bring the whole damn team because ours sucks. That's from Chris on the Equitable Bank inbox.
What if we get?
I'm telling you, we actually need to watch out for these things.
What if Nebraska hires Washington's coach and brings Michael Penix Jr. back to the Big Ten?
Oh, we hire Kalen DeBoer and we bring Michael Penix and he could go to his third school.
He's a junior.
This is good. I think out of these, I sort of like the Jalen Daniels because honestly, it was one of the first things I thought about watching that game. Wow, this is really cool that Kansas has a sellout crowd and really Leipold's doing a fantastic job. But that quarterback is legit. That quarterback is actually good.
Yeah. Penix Jr. has 12 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew he's doing really well.
Kalen DeBoer is legit too. Kyle tweets into the show, Dave Aranda and aggressive butt slaps. Did you see those clips going around over the weekend?
I did.
Aranda was asked about it. He was like, yeah, I don't, it's just, I didn't even know I did that really.
Thanks for the update.
So yeah, I'm just saying, watch out for the package deals. If a coaching candidate becomes hot, take a look at some of the players too. And we're in a new era here. All right. 402-951-1620. You can call into the show. We will come back. It is time to spin the wheel.
Yes.
Speaking of coaching search, next on 1620 The Zone. But first, football season is underway, and it's well underway. Now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Why? Because right now, new customers can get a no-sweat bet no-sweat first bet, up to $1,000. Free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. All you have to do is download the app and sign up with promo code Happer, Happer. We've already talked about plenty of the games for this weekend. You know, you could take a look at some of the bigger ones. How about that Jacksonville Philly game? Do we like the Jags getting 6.5? There's that. You can go inside the game with the same game parlays as well. Throw a couple props together if you think you have a beat on which way one game is going to end up. All on an app that's safe, secure, super easy to use. Trust me, we're looking at the odds every single day on the show, and we're putting our money where our mouths are as well. Sign up today with promo code Happer for your first no sweat bet. That is promo code Happer, Happer. 21 plus and present in Iowa. Yep, there it is. And present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. Refund issued with knowledgeable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
Would you rather that your roof or siding last 5 years or 50 years? I'm Dan Thompson of Thompson & Thompson 3rd Generation. Products today last much longer. Gone are the days of just tear shingles off, nail shingles on. Whether it's impact resistant, high wind tolerance, or in the case of EuroShield hail-proof rubber shingles, you can have great designer looks and durability. At Thompson & Thompson 3rd Generation, we don't just give you an estimate. We educate you and give you options. So you decide, 5 or 50. Click Thompson 3rd today and start enjoying your new roof or siding.
Buy your next vehicle your way from anywhere with Woodhouse. Start your journey online at woodhouse.com. Easily shop all new and pre-owned inventory. Explore payment options and apply for financing. Ready to purchase? Schedule your new vehicle for pickup from the dealership or have it delivered to your driveway. Need a little extra help in determining your perfect vehicle? Our knowledgeable and local dealerships can guide you to the vehicle that best matches your needs. Experience car buying your way with Woodhouse, a trusted auto partner since 1975.
Your vehicle is important. It gets you where you need to go, but it does much more than that. I'm Darcy with Dingman's Collision Center, and at Dingman's, we know your vehicle is an investment and that safety is your priority. To make sure your vehicle is as safe as it was prior to an accident, bring it to Dingman's for proper, safe, and certified repairs. We protect you and your investment. We've been voted Best of Omaha for the past 17 years. At Dingman's, we'd rather be the best than apologize for anything less. Find us at dingmans.com.
Football season is underway, and my good friends at Tickets for Less have you covered. Ticketsforless.com has by far the best selection of Husker tickets, and they also are your source for the largest selection of Kansas City Chief tickets, all at the lowest prices. What a winning deal. Tickets for Less, you never pay hefty per ticket service fees like you do on the other sites, so you can save big money. So when it's time to lock in your seats for the next big game, be sure to head over to ticketsforless.com or call 402-398-1999 now to work with the greatest customer care team. Your game day starts at ticketsforless.com.
If COVID taught us anything, it's that local matters. Local shops, local restaurants, even locally brewed beers. October is Drink Local Month. So the Nebraska Craft Brewers Guild is challenging beer, seltzer, and cider drinkers like you to put your palate through its paces and drink local brews. Because seriously, Nebraska is really on the cutting edge when it comes to brewers who think outside the box. And besides, you really want to be drinking what they drink over in Iowa? Didn't think so. Click drinklocalnebraska.com.
Being in business 100 years can't be easy. Rotella's Bakery is that business. Great family-owned and operated business that understands the needs of the community. They specialize in breads and rolls made from the highest quality ingredients, ensuring that they are superior in taste. At Rotella's, with 5 great generations represented, the American success story is combined with customer satisfaction, and they don't compromise in quality. For more information about their specialty breads, you can visit rotellasbakery.com.
Cubby's supports the PACE program with Raise Some Dough. For every large pizza sold at Cubby's in the Old Market, Cubby's gives $1 to the Police Athletic League, serving at-risk and disadvantaged inner-city children with athletic and educational programs. PACE has over 5,800 program participants. The league reaches kids that would not normally be able to participate in athletics like soccer and baseball due to financial situations and family dynamics. PACE wants to give every kid the opportunity at athletics and a healthy and safe environment. If you'd like to support PACE too, go to paceomaha.org.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. EquitableOnline.com.
So I guess Snoop Dogg went on Wheel of Fortune.
He sure did. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune is back.
I have now seen the highlights, and they are funny. Snoop Dogg.
They might be lowlights.
Snoop Dogg can do a lot of things, and they're pretty much all funny.
Oh, this was funny.
I mean, you know, he's probably maybe slightly embarrassed, but I don't think he cares. It's a bit.
It was for charity.
Yeah.
The check cleared.
I don't know who the other celebrities were.
Trying to think. I watched that over the weekend. I don't remember.
Nice. I mean, I could be looking at them, and I don't think that I know. I want to pull up the clip again.
I know the contestant on the left I was unfamiliar with. She was a comedian of some kind.
Yep. And then there's another guy, and I don't know him either.
Another guy. I don't remember another guy.
Oh, wait. That's the guy from the league.
Oh, yeah. Mark Duplass.
Yes. That guy.
That's right.
And the other girl's name was Amanda. I don't know Amanda.
No offense to Amanda. I'm just not familiar. I don't get everywhere.
All right. So Snoop, the guy from the league, and Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
That was Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Time to spin the wheel, Josh. We have a new entrant onto the wheel today.
Craig Bowl is our new name.
Craig Bowl. Now, I will say this. We have quite an odd group.
We do.
On the wheel at the moment. Now,
this is a collection of oddballs for sure.
At any moment, one of those coaches can be replaced with a coach who is actually a candidate for the job.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's probably maybe 1.5 real candidates for the job on here, or real people who you would say, oh yeah, Nebraska could hire them, and that would be a normal thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be Matt Rule and Kyle Whittingham. The rest are mostly just funny or completely underqualified or both. All right. Not to point out any names, but all right, spin it. Let's go.
Rip it.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop!
It lands on Kyle Whittingham.
Very intriguing candidate.
I mean, not actually Yeah, a very intriguing candidate, but maybe out of Nebraska's league slightly.
You think so?
Yeah, he's just been there a really long time. He's older.
Yeah.
I think he's going to grade out really well. Let's just say that. But I don't think he'll end up being the guy here. Kyle Whittingham has been the football coach at Utah since Urban Meyer left.
Wow.
Yep. In 2005. He is 11-4 in bowl games as a head coach. He is 146-71 overall as a head coach. He's 62 years old. He's been at Utah since 1994, Josh. So
Might take a lot to get him to jump, sure.
He's been at Utah almost my entire life. So there's that.
Utah was like a D3 school back then.
Since 1994, he's coached defensive line. He's been the defensive coordinator. He's coached safeties, linebackers, and then he took over as the head coach after losing Urban Meyer and Alex Smith.
He's also the team's strength and conditioning coach, right? With those legs.
Jacked.
Yeah.
It's huge.
This guy.
He has one Pac-12 title. He has 4 Pac-12 South Divisional championships. He has one Mountain West title. And he has one national championship as credited to him by Anderson and Hester, a mathematical ranking system for college football teams in 2008. So he can claim a national championship, just like Scott Frost.
Just like Scott Frost, yeah.
So add that. He is one coach of AFCA Coach of the Year, Paul Bear Bryant Coach of the Year, Mountain West Coach of the Year in 2008, 2-time Pac-12 Coach of the Year in 2019 and 2021, the Bobby Dodd Coach of the Year in 2019. As a player at BYU, he was the WAC Defensive Player of the Year in 1981.
He has a master's in professional leadership that he got from BYU. He is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Might be hard to get him to leave the state of Utah.
Probably going to stick around in Utah for a while.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Although I've met some Mormons.
Sure. They're out there.
I know some Mormons.
Poll question. Do you know some Mormons?
I know very few Mormons, but yeah, there's some right here in Nebraska. You're gonna put that out there? I like it.
Is that okay?
I don't
Do we
know.
agree?
I'm sure it is. Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. But I'm not the person that we need to be worried about, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. Those are the bona fides for Kyle Whittingham. Now to the report card. Gettability. Likelihood that he would leave his current spot for Nebraska. Well, we just gave you a little bit of detail. I'm going to say unlikely.
This feels like a 2, maybe even a 1.
Yeah, I might go 1.
Yeah.
It's just, how many opportunities do you think he's had over the years? I would think a lot.
I mean, while he was banging it out in the WAC, he probably got a ton of offers.
The Mountain West.
Whatever.
He's banging it out of the WAC.
He was WAC Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's WAC Defensive Player of the Year for BYU. And then he coached Utah in the Mountain West.
Saved that one.
13-0 in 2008. Won the Sugar Bowl.
Hasn't won a bowl game since 2017.
Ooh. Yeah, man. He's a Utah guy all the way through.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And for that, I think it's a 1. I'm going 1 on gettability.
Yeah, you talked me into that.
The other things will remain high. Fan buzz if hired. 4. I don't know what keeps me short.
He's not
the flashiest of names out there. I think there would be an understanding of like, oh, this guy's a really good coach and it would probably work.
Not a super known commodity. Like people know Utah's pretty good.
I think a lot of people would make the case of like, look, he's only done it at Utah.
Yeah.
And he took over for Urban Meyer. Like Ryan Day is doing that too. You know, so you would be able to convince me that you are. I think people would make the case that it's not the best hire they could have end up with. So 4. Recruiting acumen, that would be interesting. A lot of guys from Utah coming to Nebraska.
They got some players out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. It would create some buzz. I think at Nebraska, it's you're already halfway there basically by the facilities that you get and all the other stuff that comes with it, fan support. I think it would do pretty well. 3 or 4. Let's call it 3. Projected success. Let's call it 4.
Yeah, I think if you could get him, it would work. He certainly knows how to build and sustain a program.
Chaos factor. Not very chaotic. More chaotic, I think, for college football, that Nebraska would be the job that he ultimately would jump for. People would say, whoa, wow, how about Nebraska? So I think you get a little bit of a bump for that, and it saves it from being a 1. So it's a 2. Slightly chaotic. Would scare divisional opponents. Ooh, we finally get a high grader here.
Yeah. I think this would
yeah,
do
this
it.
is high. I think this is like a 4 or a 5.
I might go 5. Utah wins in the trenches.
Yeah, 5. All right, 5 it up. What would Kirk Ferentz think if Nebraska hired Kyle Whittingham? They would say, uh-oh.
No, he would go, I will always be the most tenured football coach in D1.
What if he says, well, time for me to go. I'm retiring now.
He jumps, I jump.
Salary command.
It's a good question. I forgot to look that up. $4.1 million annual salary right now. No idea how long he's locked in for.
So 4.5 base, and then another $1.5 million for, partner, like, Under Armour and then Learfield or whatever. He's making a grand total of 6. Let's just stay with the base. So 4.5.
Wait, does Kyle Whittingham have NIL?
Yeah, that's in the coaches' deals where they get some money via the shoe brands and stuff too.
Good for him.
Yeah, pretty high. I mean, it would take a lot, I think, to get him out. 4. But with that being said, Nebraska would be fine with paying it. You find the coach, and then you accept whatever he demands, kind of.
Ooh.
Awkwardness at opening press conference. Not that awkward.
Right. This feels pretty low.
Yeah. You'd probably be able to convince. Let's just say 1. I don't think it's that awkward at all. Readiness for job. 5.
Yeah.
Fit with Trev.
I mean, it seems like it'd fit pretty well.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyle grades up pretty high here, but the gettability one is going to be the question with him.
From a perspective of, does he want to leave? And we don't think he does.
It doesn't seem like it, because I'm just going off the fact that he hasn't left yet.
Yeah.
All right. We will come back. That is the Kyle Whittingham report card. That's an original name that was on here.
That is. I believe there's just one original name left.
And it's Mina Kimes.
Mina Kimes, who volunteered for the job on social media.
Yeah, we'll make sure she sees what her report card ends up saying.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a little bit all over the place. But we'll come back with more next on 1620 The Zone.
Previously on The Crossover.
Would you rather be rich and unknown or middle class and famous?
I mean, whatever the other option is.
Rich and unknown.
Rich and unknown.
No question.
Yeah.
That might be the worst question you've ever asked.
That's not even a thought. No. Josh, you'd like to be middle class and famous, right?
No.
Sharp and Benning in the morning. The Connor Happer Show. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 6A to 6P. 1620. The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV Newswatch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
The bright sunny skies will continue throughout your Tuesday afternoon with temperatures topping into the mid to upper 70s. In Omaha, I'm tracking a high temperature of 76 degrees. Throughout the overnight, temperatures will eventually dip into the lower 40s, even outlying communities approaching the mid 30s. By Wednesday afternoon, slightly cooler, a lot of sunshine with a high of 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Anthony Copeland for KTV News Watch 7.
The 2022-23 Creighton sports season holds great promise for competing for Big East and national honors, and 1620 The Zone will be there all year long. The 1620 The Jays podcast covers all of Blue Jay sports, from volleyball, soccer, and cross country in the fall to basketball in the winter, plus baseball, softball, tennis, golf, and rowing. Join me, John Bishop, along with Josh Peterson and Connor Happer each week for interviews with Creighton student athletes and coaches. It's the 1620 The Jays podcast. New episodes each Friday on 1620thezone.com and on Twitter at 1620 The Jays.
Woodhouse Ford is your certified Ford dealer, serving drivers throughout Nebraska for 47 years. Our commitment to our customers continues well beyond the date of purchase. You will leave our lot feeling comfortable and confident in your new vehicle. Customers have been relying on Woodhouse Ford since 1975 for high-quality vehicles, knowledgeable staff, and exceptional service. Experience the Woodhouse Ford difference and shop at one of our 3 locations in-store or online at woodhouseford.com.
Okay, 3 more climbers, 7 loggers.
Ted's sustainably sourced logging company is growing a new branch.
What about truck driver contracts?
Which means a new HR manager will be the first hire to fall.
Then we'll need to staff up the warehouse.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Vallis Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard has something fun for all ages. New this year is Stefan's Country Drive. Antique cars where the kids are in the driver's seat. Plus, there's a new carousel. Vallis Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is also opening a whole new part of the farm, the cider mill, with more than 50 other attractions included with admission. Vallis Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is the place to be this fall. Vallis Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard, Gretna, Nebraska. Now open through October 31st.
If you love food, love fun, love fall, you'll love Alice Pumpkin Patch best of all.
Okay, 3 more climbers, 7 loggers.
Ted's sustainably sourced logging company is growing a new branch.
What about truck driver contracts?
Which means a new HR manager will be the first hire to fall.
Then we'll need to staff up the warehouse.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When it's hot, the last thing you want is your home's AC to quit on you. At 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you cool and comfortable quickly. Call 402-788-1234 or visit McCarthy's1hour.com for $50 off any repair.
Always on time, or you don't pay time.
Terms and conditions may apply. Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
The passion and excitement of high school football continues every week, and the high school football update covers it all every Saturday morning. Join veteran sportscasters Jim Kelter and Torrey Pantalian Saturday mornings 8 to 10 on 1180 The Zone.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Guys, want an effective, affordable way to get ED medication 100% online? Whether you're looking for Viagra or Cialis, or generic medications as effective as Viagra but 90% cheaper, you can find it all through HIMS. HIMS is your go-to for doctor-trusted treatments to help you treat ED. Get ED treatment for as low as $3 per use and save up to $1,000 per month with generic for Viagra versus the brand name at 4hims.com/radio. If prescribed, your medication will be shipped to your door in discreet packaging. Do it all online. No in-person appointments. Get hard results with HIMS or your money back. Go to 4hims.com/radio to get your first visit free. That's 4hims.com/radio to get started free. forhims.com/radio.
There was just a cookie delivery made. So
Thanks, Kelsey.
you'll excuse us. Josh just went for it.
I'm not stopping. It's your show. It's a quick segment.
Yeah, I'll just go for it.
Do this.
Oh, we have this from yesterday. Quick little bit here. NCAA reportedly considering restarting clock after incomplete passes. And it brings up the question, are football games too long? Quick response. No, they're not. They're long. Are they too long? No. Because it's about the action, and there's always action in football games.
I do once a weekend always have the thought, why are college football games 4 hours long and NFL games are 3 hours long? What are they doing differently?
The typical FBS game is taking 3 hours and 22 minutes to complete, a 4-minute increase from 2017. According to a report from Seth Emerson of The Athletic, NCAA officials have pinpointed the cause of ever-lengthening games, and it's not replay or TV timeouts. Officials believe an increase in pass plays is what is stretching games longer and longer, so a proposed solution would be to treat incomplete passes like plays where the ball runs out of bounds. The clock stops only until the ball is set for a play, at which point it runs again, except for in the final 2 minutes of the first half and in the final 5 minutes of a game.
See, I would have guessed TV timeouts.
Yep.
Feels like the college football is always at a commercial.
I just don't think these games are too. I
don't think they're too long either.
I don't think they're too long.
But if you said, why are they taking longer than a standard NFL game?
As long as your attention span can handle it for, because there's action going on the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call NFL games too long.
You know you're in for not the long haul, but you're in for a spell.
And yeah, certainly. I mean, they can get lengthened when teams are running 90-plus plays offensively and there's incomplete passes and, teams are throwing it 40, 50, 60 times a game. Yeah. They're going to be a little bit longer and there's going to be a little bit more downtime in between. But I don't think the solution is let's go ahead and run the clock in between. I just don't. I think that would cause a lot of problems as if we already don't have enough problems of where to find the ball and when to spot it and stuff like that. And how fast that happens.
The college kids don't always know the intricacies of the game. Let's word it that way.
Yeah. The Football Scoop said this. However, the numbers cited in the article report point to a different solution. Teams are passing more because they're better at it. Typical FBS game includes about 24 incompletions a game compared to 28 incompletions 20 years ago. Rushes per game are down. The median FBS offense is completing 63% of its passes so far this year compared to 58.3 in 2009. As such, first downs are at an all-time high, 43.4 per game compared to just under 41 in 2012 and just under 40 in 2002.
Now, what would you say to, if we're going to entertain this argument, this thought exercise?
I still maintain that football games aren't too long.
Would you be okay with, look, the clock is no longer going to stop when you get a first down. If it's in play, it's in play, and the clock keeps moving.
That is the suggestion.
That is the suggestion?
I'm
sorry.
That's not the suggestion from the NCAA. That's a suggestion from this article.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
That's what the evidence. I shouldn't say that. That's what the evidence points to.
Okay.
It's like, hey, let's just do that. The NFL style model says the obvious solution seems to be to adopt the NFL style game management rules, a limited number of replay stoppages, and rolling clock after first downs.
I'm with you, though. I don't think any of this is necessary, but if we're going to do debate television, let's do debate television.
John writes in on the Equitable Bank inbox. It says, games aren't too long. The networks try to put them in windows that are too small. It's annoying as hell to have to search for your game on another channel at the start because the previous game isn't over. What's wrong with the start times of 11, 3, and 7?
Yeah, you know, if your game starts at 6, you're going to have to scramble to find it.
If you're in that 2:30 window, you got no chance.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing after like a Big Ten West game, which you might be.
No, I agree. 11, 3, and 7 would Like, okay, a studio show might have to do some work in between the games, but that shouldn't be hard when there's literally hundreds of games going on simultaneously.
I've had the thought with baseball of like, man, these games just they're dragging. We got to have something happen during these games. That doesn't happen during football. Even though the games are longer on average, it doesn't happen during football. There's action the entire time. It actually reinforces the baseball take that I have, which is funny.
It doesn't matter points or anything like that. It just matters that something is happening.
That's it. All right, we'll come back. We'll round up the show with poll questions and what to watch next, but join Gary and Damon this Friday at Jones Bros in Exarban from 6 to 10, and each Husker home game Friday. First 20 listeners to show up get free breakfast from Gary and Damon themselves. After the first 20, still a good deal for you, $6 for your Jones Bros breakfast. Also, we'll be giving away T-shirts, koozies, and a pair of Husker tickets. For the full, unauthorized Big Red Breakfast schedule, head to 1620thezone.com.
Big names, big games. We've got them all. 1620, The Zone.
Hey everybody, it's Gary Sharp on behalf of my friends at Tickets for Less. As you probably heard by now, Tickets for Less is my go-to source whenever I need Husker tickets. But I want you to know that Tickets for Less has a lot more to offer. Did you know they have the largest selection of tickets to events both locally and nationwide? Plus, the thing I like the most, they never charge you outrageous per ticket service fees on your order. That's why I always use Tickets for Less. Whether I want to go to Arrowhead and see the Chiefs play, attend a concert or a show, ticketsforless.com is my first stop. See for yourself at ticketsforless.com.
Hey friends, Kent Pavelka here, back with John Higgins and the Rooferees at the Weather Guard showroom. A lot of people will, I had some bids here and just got to go with this guy.
We always ask the customer, did you get the referrals on those companies? Do your homework and check how long they've been in business. We try to stay really competitive. Doesn't matter if it's a Da Vinci wood shingle, asphalt shingle, vinyl siding, or hardy siding.
Just go with somebody who has the track record, right?
Right.
There's only one call to make. The Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard.
When it comes to e-juice, 42 Degrees always promised that we would never sell any e-juice that wasn't manufactured under controlled conditions. We never mix juice ourselves or add nicotine. Why? Because we won't take a chance with your health. So when it comes to premium e-juice that tastes great and is available in disposables or bottles, then check out our e-juice department and find out why 42 Degrees is your source for all your e-juice needs. By your mom's house.
This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Genesis Health Club's celebrating its 36th anniversary, and you're invited. Join for just 36 cents and get the rest of the year for free. Hurry, just 3 days left. Hi, I'm Rodney Stephen, owner of Genesis Health Clubs, thanking you for the last 36 years. Without you, we wouldn't be here, and we're here for your results. We're here to help you feel better, look better, and have more energy, and be able to enjoy all life has to offer by improving your health. Celebrate Genesis Health Club's 36th anniversary by joining today for just 36 cents and get the rest of the year for free. 3 days left. That's 36 years of results, 36 years of better mood, concentration, and focus, 36 years of crushed goals, 36 years of mental and physical strength, 36 years of members achieving their absolute best, and now it's your turn. So get fit, have fun, and celebrate 36 years with us. Join Genesis Health Clubs for just 36 cents and the rest of the year for free. Hurry, just 3 days left. Find your fitness home at genesishealthclubs.com.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Brookside Medical Clinic. Is erectile dysfunction damaging your relationship? Are you sick of the pill and all the side effects? Well, welcome to the future. We have a major medical breakthrough. Brookside Medical Clinic uses the most advanced form of wave therapy. Backed by 60 clinical studies, our technology uses pressure waves to repair and open up blood vessels. We've helped countless men get rid of their ED. But what is the true end result? Their relationship, even their lives, improve drastically. If you're ready to regain your love life, call us right now, and not only will the assessment and ultrasound be free, we'll also give you a gift that produces immediate results in the bedroom. It almost never fails. This is worth $550, and it's free to callers right now. 402-671-7777. That's 402-671-7777. Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and experience what I call the happiness ripple effect. Call Brookside Medical Clinic now. 402-671-7777.
Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Here's my card.
I order takeout, use my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed-rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online, and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 5.73% APR with autopay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money with a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.73% APR to 19.99% APR and includes 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
O'Reilly. See the road ahead more clearly with Sylvania bulbs and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase select Sylvania bulbs and get a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate, plus receive double O-Rewards points. Replace your bulbs today and see better tonight. Let the professional parts people help you find the bulbs you need. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I was like, whoa.
All right, more questions at Happer Show on Twitter. There's a couple that I'm really interested in the results today. You can continue to vote at Happer Show, but for all intents and purposes, they end now.
Ooh.
Can you get cheddar cheese in Greece?
Great question. Showing our worldly knowledge in the crossover.
My guess would be yes.
I would assume so.
59% say yes.
Okay.
41% say no.
Yeah. A little closer than I thought it would be.
Are you seeing a lot of people going to Greece lately? This was brought up by me. I am.
Yeah.
79% are not. What's going on? 21% of people are seeing a lot of people go to Greece.
I hear it's beautiful.
Greece. I just have seen a lot of foreign trips recently.
Okay.
And I just get jealous because I'm not going to go on a foreign trip. At least anytime soon.
Right.
I'd love to go on a foreign trip. Is Rick willing to die for this?
I forget the context on that one.
So Allan Bell,
yeah,
making a comparison to the Jaguars. They just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Rick just shows up and he's like, I don't care. Well, let's fight. And Rick is willing to die for this. Yeah, Rick's willing to die for this in that scenario. 60% agree. Here's my favorite one of the day. At Happer Show, it's been 1 month since the onside kick. Can you believe they did that?
Quit beating a dead horse, Connor.
Really intrigued to see where this one goes. I voted no. 82% say no, they can't believe that happened.
That's pretty overwhelming.
Yeah. Would have liked it to have been a little more overwhelming for the context that we were going to. Hey, remember that onside kick? Can you believe that happened?
Remember that?
Have you graduated past funny shirts? I think maybe I have.
I have not.
So your vote is no. My vote is yes. 54% of the audience, a little bit more like you, Josh. They have not graduated past funny shirts.
That's why I'm so very, very popular.
Leave it to me, Connor Happer, to be the adult in the room. Many people have said this. If you buy a Ford, do you need the blue oval on the front?
Hell yes.
Like, are you asking, do you think I'd get a deal if it didn't have the blue oval? Because I would take a deal anyway I could.
Well, it sounds like they're not letting them leave the factory without that blue oval.
So you're telling me I can't buy a blue oval.
Right.
Or I can't buy a Ford at all.
And my sort of line of thinking was, I don't think this is a necessary thing for the vehicle. Like, yeah, just give me the car. I got to drive to work.
Okay,
I don't care.
The exact wording is, do you need the blue oval?
Yeah.
I do not need the blue oval. But can you cut me a deal because it doesn't have the blue oval? That'd be my next question.
Also, like, there's no way in America to just make the blue oval. We just don't have that capability. Come on, Ford. Do better.
Supply issues. 66% say yes, that you need the blue oval.
Wow.
66%. I voted no, by the way. Two more. Do you know some Mormons?
Sure, I think we all do.
Yep. 72% say yes. And finally, are football games too long? No, they are not. 69% nicely agree.
All right.
Josh, what are we watching today?
We are watching baseball. We got a little bit of baseball on. It was originally just one game on TV today. Cardinals Brewers, 6:30 on MLB Network. TBS has picked up the Yankees for tonight. I guess they normally have a Tuesday game, don't they? So this might have been regularly scheduled. Yankees, Blue Jays, 6 o'clock. TBS if you are on Judge Watch. If you're a Yankees fan, you're going to have trouble because you got TVs to juggle. Because ESPN has Yankees Dodgers, an uncivil war, 7 o'clock tonight, chronicling baseball's 1977 and 78 World Series between New York and LA, and a rivalry filled with colorful characters, seismic controversies, and unforgettable moments.
It's 2 nights in a row where New York sports fans have been conflicted with what to watch.
Yeah. We got a soccer friendly tonight, Connor. It's actually going on right now. USA and Saudi Arabia. There's a replay.
Are we winning?
There's a replay in prime time. I don't know. You look that up.
I haven't seen any hashtag USMNT tweets.
7 o'clock FS1 is when it re-airs, if I'm reading the internet correctly, which is possible that I'm not. It is the final friendly before the World Cup begins in 2 months. USA did not do well against Japan over the weekend,
Josh,
so there's a lot of question marks. Yes.
I have an announcement.
Okay.
It is at half, and it is 0-0.
Oh, come on!
Where's that Christian Pulisic guy?
That's what I always say.
Yeah. Everybody knows him.
5 shots for each team at this point. U.S. controlling it with 61% of the possession so far.
And finally, I'll leave you with a Netflix comedy special. Nick Kroll, Little Big Boy. In his first Netflix stand-up special, Kroll discusses the power of mothers, his journey to fatherhood, and getting his heart broken for the first time at 33 years old. I like Nick Kroll.
I like Nick Kroll.
He was in that Harry Styles movie.
He was in The League.
Yes, he was.
2 league mentions on the show.
Never forget.
Thank you, Josh. That is what we are watching tonight, and that is the show. If you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. We'll be back with the crossover next.
Live from the host